I don't reckon we do like an intro or anything. You guys agree with that, eh? We just like pick a cool spot to start it from. You reckon?
Sure.
Yeah, like fade in from the...
Or should we be like, hi, I'm James.
welcome.
That's the start. I know exactly where we'll be starting.
No.
Yeah.
Well, now we can't finish this conversation because then it'll be in the podcast.
Okay. We just finished it. We decided.
Okay, sweet.
Cool.
Well, they're pretty bitch. They're only one standard drink.
Whoa.
Sorry.
It's as if you have to drive home.
Yeah, what a pussy.
Yeah, what's mine?
74 standard drinks.
Yeah.
It's the same one I always bring, but it's in a can.
Oh,
Limited edition.
Is it the same amount?
why is it limited edition?
I don't know, but they were trying to get rid of them at the Budlow, and there was like probably because it was the last two 4-packs they had.
Yeah.
They were selling them for like $10 each.
You're an absolute
Fuck
fuckhead.
yeah, I'm a monster.
You're a monster.
You're a cockhead.
What? What?
What?
Fuck you. You've both missed it, so sucked in.
Oh, it's on camera. Adrian.
What happened?
What fuckheads?
What did you? Were you like, am I drooling?
Yeah, I was like, I've been drinking it.
When you walked out, I'm like, put a hole in his can, and he gets his fucking machete out, and he slices a hole, and he's like, he'll see it.
He didn't.
I don't know
surprised
why
you
I
didn't
didn't
see
see it, but
It's
I guess it's something you don't look for.
It was so big too.
Yeah, it is huge. What did you puncture that with?
Knife.
his pocket knife. The grotty one in his pocket.
I can't wait to just drink COVID and aluminium flakes.
No, you'll be fine, mate. I sterilize it.
Do you?
Now my coaster's soaked.
You're such a nerd.
Why?
I sterilise my pocket knife every night before I go to bed.
I do.
What are you doing over there?
Trying to get the
are
sound
you
to go.
watching?
So does it go?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
And I was listening to the CBC.
Yeah, cool. All right, sweet.
Oh my God. Who was that?
Something educational. It's a TED talk.
Yeah.
It's not.
Crazy. What's going on?
Oh, heaps of shit, you know.
Yeah.
I like your little stubby cooler. You're going coaster and
Oh my god! You don't even have a hole in the top of yours.
what the fuck? There's
I'm not used to
napkins
tall,
over there.
I'm not used to tall cans.
How
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
This is a terrible
D
start for your
headphone.
first podcast.
many have you had before you came here?
Yeah, so many. Bullshit. It's a Saturday. Clean that up.
It's the first one since I've been here.
That's all that matters.
Anyway, let's start again.
All right. Hey Ash, what's with that stubby cooler?
It's designed to cool my stubby.
Nice.
What is with the stubby cooler?
What's with it? Nothing. It's just by the time I leave my house and I get here, my shit's cold. My shit's warm, so I got to keep it cold.
Did you just hold it in your lap or something?
Yeah.
Why?
You've got a whole ute.
Like I'm going to put my one drink in the back of my ute.
No, put it on the seat next to
Passenger
you,
seat, back
wanker.
seat.
Nah, because I drive like a
Glove
crazy
box.
motherfucker, and if it falls off, it goes.
Huh?
That's never happened to me ever.
You never dropped
either.
a can of like something fizzy.
Not while I'm
No,
driving.
yeah.
Oh, shit falls off my seat all the time.
What? What do you do? Do you brake so aggressively that the shit flies forward?
Well, I turn corners.
So does everyone.
Nice. Criticize Ash.
Put it-
driving.
Wow. it happened. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
happened in someone's life.
Put all the groceries in my lap. I don't want any of them to spill.
Ice cream between the legs.
Kids, come on.
I don't want you to fall off. This is the safest place.
Yeah.
Actually, on the way here, I don't know if I was driving aggressively, but whoever I was following were like, they pulled over. They did that thing where they pull over
Yeah.
and like let you pass. I'm like, why? What did I do?
You should have pulled over and asked. What the fuck did I do?
Like this guy has all these ginger beers in his lap. He's banging it.
Fuck me. I keep forgetting about it.
Just pour it into a glass.
Yeah, there's a glass right there.
That's for other drinks later. I'm just going to keep my thumb on it so I don't
Is it
forget.
full? I don't even see how
It's like
full.
a quarter full.
Okay.
I should just smash it.
Just
so I-
drink it.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I'll do it on live. Oh man, that's so good.
You guys caused this, so you're going to have to make small talk
No,
while I drink.
that's cool. Why? What is Cali Cream anyway?
This is free beer.
Free
got-
beer.
Yeah, I got a free carton for like the open mic thing last week.
Oh,
Yeah,
for winning or whatever it was, or whatever you did.
coming second. The winner got $200 cash.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've only got 2 cartons. Oh, that's pretty good.
All right. Can you pass me another can now, Ash?
And how is it?
Oh, I can get it if you like.
No, it's all right. You guys talk.
How is it for free beer?
It's not too bad. I'm like not really into the whole craft beer thing, but
Okay.
I basically was like, because it was at a brewery,
Oh yeah.
so they had all their beers on tap, and I'm like, look, what's your most basic, simplest beer? I'm like a Great Northern or a Corona or something, and he's like, the closest we got to that's this. So then I was drinking these all night.
Did you get to pick?
Yeah, and then at the end he's like, oh, what do you want your carton of? And I was like, oh, those are pretty good, just one of them. And that's how I ended up with these.
Okay, fair enough.
You can try one if you like.
No pass. There's something about, I don't know, beer in a can. Beer can.
Yeah.
Wait, are you
I
saying beer can or beer can?
I do prefer it in a bottle, but
Yeah.
again, free beer.
Yeah.
I got to a point where I just didn't give a fuck anymore. Beer's beer.
Does it taste different?
I don't know. Yeah, I reckon it does, but I don't know how or why.
Yeah.
I couldn't describe it.
It's the same as like when you go to the pub and it's in a glass. It's like different again.
Yeah, on tap is just nothing beats it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're
Really?
desperate like me, you get home from work and all your beers are warm, and I just throw ice in there.
You say that as if like that's crazy, but I don't.
It is.
It
It's
doesn't
fucking,
sound crazy
it's
to me.
disgusting.
What, to put ice in beer?
Yeah. If it's hot
Yeah.
and you want it cold, then do that.
It's something you don't admit to people.
Yeah, it is a bit weird.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
But why is it okay to put ice in any other drink?
I don't know. I guess
maybe
because
there's a froth.
it's. Yeah, I don't know. I
I
think
don't
it's
associate ice with frothy drinks.
the fact that it like is Coke frothy
It's carbonated.
Oh, I
if you
guess.
pour it fast enough. I guess because it waters your beer down. You don't mix water
Yeah.
with beer.
It is
It's already got water in it.
something
Because that's
you don't
like
need.
most of what beer is anyway.
Yeah, you don't put more in there.
Fair call.
Didn't Tui's do like years like back in like the early 90s? They did like a shot of vodka in beer, like each beer bottle.
I
It was
don't
something
remember that.
brutal. My old boss was telling me about it.
Yeah, right.
He's like, yeah, back when Tui's came out, they had like a shot of vodka in each beer, and I was like, that doesn't work,
Yeah.
and it's fucked up.
It'd be sick, though.
Oh yeah, you'd get maggot.
Yeah. You should put a shot of absinthe in the bottom of every beer.
I got to take it easy tonight.
Is that?
Why?
Yeah, why?
I've got a thing on tomorrow. So for my birthday,
It's a defensive drink driving course.
close.
my parole officer's making me do it.
Nah, Katie got me a one of those like drive experiences in like a V8 Supercar.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm guessing you have to be sober for it.
Do you reckon
Do you reckon
they?
they? Yeah, do you reckon they test though?
Probably not. I've been tested at like go-kart racing and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
You
So-
must have been fucked up to get that.
We better test this guy.
Yeah.
Just hanging over the chain link fence.
That gets in the car backwards.
Some of the event nights when they have like the 3-hour races and shit,
Yeah.
they people just get on it and then rock up.
Yeah, right.
So they every time you're sitting there doing the safety thing, they're like, oh, we do spot breathalyzers, blah, blah, blah. And they didn't do one at all that night, except right at the end, they like looked at this one dude, he's right next to me, and they're like, you. And he's like, what? And they're like, breathe into this. And everyone's just like, oh. He gets up, breathes into it, and he's fine.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck? He got so offended.
Why?
I don't know. He looked.
I full just
He looked
pictured
like
you
that
like
dude.
having a full Randy Marsh moment and just like driving a go-kart on the track and like another go-kart with sirens behind you. You're like, fuck. That'd be sick. That's hectic. I've never even heard of that.
At the airport, they do like those random bomb, like they swab you to check if you got
No,
anything
yeah.
on
Yeah.
drugs or bombs. Or
I still freak
That
out.
makes
I'm like,
somewhat
shit,
sense.
did I make any TNT before I got here? Or?
I get swabbed every time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I freaked out when we did like our Euro trip because I didn't know where my bag had been. You go like clubbing and shit and your backpack's like with you.
Yeah.
You don't know if you sit it somewhere and it could be drugs or...
Yeah. Yeah, the only time I freaked out was when we went on the cruise and like they lined us up against a wall for some reason. Like, all the passengers.
This is totally
It was
normal.
so
We had to
weird.
pull our pants down.
And then, they like let a dog come past and sniff you, and I'm like, fuck,
Really?
fuck.
Why?
I
Why
don't know.
paranoid?
My peanut butter.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was super weird.
I'm
and I
guessing
was
to
like,
do with drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was peaking hard, and I was like,
On what?
just stress.
Panadol.
Yeah. Nah.
It's pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, because you feel guilty like the second they single you out. You're walking through and like everyone's walking through and they just pick this random grandma out and they're like, oh, surely she's been put up to something.
Yeah. I've got a story I've been waiting to tell you for 2 weeks now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is this the
You
one
already
that you
told
said
Adrian.
you weren't going to tell me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to tell you so bad.
This
Did you say
better
I
be
already know?
so good.
Yeah. Adrian probably doesn't even remember it, but when I start it, he'll probably just piss his pants laughing because he thought it was the funniest thing in the
Good.
world.
There's a 2 week build up to this.
Yeah,
It's got to be.
it's gonna be so
I
good.
absolutely-
can't wait.
Nah.
I can't
So you know how you hate cringe moments? I hate them too.
Yeah.
I think I can top you over the next 2 weeks, hopefully. Have you had any cringe moments?
Cringe moments.
Yeah. Or just awkward,
Um,
like, fuck, why did I do that?
I think I
trying to
have, but I
remember what
can't.
this is
Yeah, I think
You're going to know it. I don't know how you don't remember it because it's been like, I'll close my eyes to go to bed and it's all I'll see. No, so Adrian and I were at work the other day and I'm like, oh, I want to go to Subway for lunch. So we go to Subway
Yeah.
and Adrian had to order the boss's food as well.
Yeah.
So we're standing together ordering, and he's like, "Oh, can I get 2 footlongs?" Blah blah blah. And the lady started making them, and then she's pushed them aside or put them like in the oven to toast or something.
I think I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But go on. I have the same
Yeah.
feeling it's going to happen with me.
And then and then she's like, "Oh, one moment, I'm just going to get something out of the oven or something." So she starts doing like basic activities while the 2 subs are in the oven.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy behind me, and she's like, "What can I get you?" Like looking straight through me to the other guy. But I felt so awkward, I didn't want to speak up. And then he started.
Say something.
I was just going to go with no lunch.
He was going to go and leave.
And Adrian's like pissing his pants, and I'm like, I have to say something. I was like, oh, I haven't ordered. It's so awkward.
me this.
Yeah, the whole time
She
she's
felt
made,
so awkward too.
yeah,
She's
just
like,
made
"Oh,
the whole
sorry."
shop awkward.
That happened like when
Oh my
you and I
God.
go down and the same deal, you have to get the bosses.
Yeah,
I'm like, I hope she doesn't think that's for me. So I get my credit card out and I just stand there like sort of playing with it. It's just
Waving.
because I don't want that to happen to me.
It's like, I have a different order sign, put it on your chest.
I felt invisible. I was legit just not going to have lunch that day.
I was like, what were you going to do? Just let him order? She's like, yeah, I'll probably just leave. I'm like, no, why?
You should have like made it awkward for her and then stand behind the dude that she's serving up like before you.
She already felt awkward.
Yeah, she felt so
Because
bad.
it's that lady at our local Subway that's on illicit substances.
Oh, her.
Yeah,
Oh, cracky.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Cracky
Oh,
Kelly.
it's 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
She makes the best subs though.
I don't know.
I don't know.
She can
know,
serve
It takes
that
me a
footlong.
good 5 to 10 minutes to convince myself to eat the sub.
She
Really?
coughed in James's subject.
Oh, I forgot about
Really?
that. Yeah, so bad.
Psycho.
Yeah, and he was like, I don't know if I want to eat this. I'm like, you paid for it, just eat it. You'll be fine.
It's worth it.
It wasn't.
What does she do?
Just, yeah, she's like, oh, what salads? But as she finished the word salads, she's like coughed and like the elbow was here to cover, but didn't quite make it. So it just went on my sub.
Fuck. Did you rat test your sub?
No, I should have.
Just there, like stabbing it.
He's like squeezing some shit out of it.
Oh, that's fucked. I was at the drive-through today at Macca's, and it's the one up at Homeview where the waiting bay can fit like 1.5 cars.
Yeah.
So there's one car in there, and
Why?
the
That
dude's
seems
like,
so dumb.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
and it's on a bend as well.
And you're always the back car and you're just the cunt to the car behind you. And they're
It's not
always
your
just
fault.
like, come
yeah.
on.
Because you try to nudge in, and if
Yeah.
they don't pull completely forward,
Yeah.
you can't. And I got like a ute, so it's like way longer.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
If only you could store cans in it.
we pulled in, ordered my shit, and then a car had pulled into the waiting bay, and then old mate who was serving me, he was like, he knew that I couldn't fit in there, and he goes, "Oh, just pull forward."
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, so I pulled forward in front of the window,
Yeah.
and there's like 20 cars behind me. I'm thinking, what's the point of
Yeah.
pulling forward? Like, if the guy behind me gets his food, he can't go anywhere. Sure enough, he gets his food.
Yeah.
And I'm just like waiting. And I'm like, I'm waiting for them to beep at me or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not just like sitting here eating.
Yeah.
People can't.
I've got this-
I
I
think
just had
people realise
anxiety.
you can't do anything about that.
I've 100% had this exact same thought yesterday. And I think it every time I go through the drive through and they're just like, either say pull to the left or pull forward. And then I look in my mirror and there's no one behind me.
Yeah.
So do they have like a certain time limit they're allowed to keep someone at the window for?
Remember
Because
the-
I always hear them like yell out like 90 seconds or something. And then they're like, oh, can I get you to park to the left? So I don't know if like
if someone comes
Macca's
through.
has a rule.
I don't know.
Remember the promotion they had? It was like, if you're not served in
Yeah,
under
yeah,
2
yeah,
minutes,
Yeah,
it's
I
free.
remember that.
But what the catch was, they could serve you straight away, but you could wait for 20 minutes for your food as
Yeah.
long as you're served within 2
Yeah,
minutes.
you're right.
It was a gimmick.
And I suppose they could like cheat code it and give you your drinks or something and be like, well,
Here's a
should have
napkin,
been
fuck
drinking your
off.
drinks. Yeah. No, I legit had that thought. It's fucking annoying, eh?
How many times do you reckon people like go and pull through into the waiting bay when they haven't ordered anything and like just take someone else's food?
I hope never. That'd be like me at Subway. I'd be like, well,
I guess I'm not
don't-
getting
yeah.
any food.
guess I don't have lunch today.
Like I was like, they don't
You would
check.
have
They're
to-
just like, did you
yeah.
get this? I'm like, yeah, that's mine.
You'd have to have some serious balls. That'd be a lot easier if it's like a place where the waiting bay's in the car park, I
Yeah,
guess.
Logan
Yeah.
Lee.
Yeah, like that
Man,
sort of
we
setup.
have
Right, right,
But if
right.
you're going through the drive-through, just waving to them through the window.
No, you just
parking
like
there.
come from the other way, just like back up into there. And wait there.
It would take so much balls.
But they don't like no, if you say, "Oh, I had chips with this as well."
Yeah.
They don't argue it. They'll look at the thing and assume the last person fucked up with
Yeah.
the order, and they go, "Oh, okay," and they get it for you. Like,
Yeah.
I've never tried it, but I know because when I order a list of shit when the family's in the car, it's clear that they've completely forgotten one thing because old love didn't type it into
Yeah.
the computer, and they don't argue because it's too costly for them to argue
Yeah, exactly.
and for you to speak to the manager or something. It's like,
or-
give him his fucking
Or if
time.
you cause a scene of like,
Yeah.
what's my $1 worth of chips?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's it. Which I agree with because
that just made me remember something from today. So Nikita had an argument at Coles today. Normally we always go to
I love
Woolworths,
arguments.
but she went to Coles and I wasn't with her. I was off doing other shit. But she was like live texting me through the argument.
Oh, really? What do I say next?
Yeah. So
what?
Westy's like obsessed with football at the moment, like NRL. So at Coles they sell like the NRL bags, like what are they called?
School bag?
I don't know.
Nah, like your grocery bags.
Oh,
like
right.
Oh, the
reusable bags
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've got like one of every team,
Oh, really?
and Nikita's just never bothered to pull the price tag off.
Oh.
So she's like put the bag full of bags on the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
And the lady started scanning them, and Nikita's like, "Oh no, they're my bags from home." And she's like, "Why do they all have the tags still on?" And Nikita's like, "Check your cameras." Like I walked in with them, and she's like, "It's a bit strange you haven't pulled the tags off."
Why?
Yeah, and that like Nikita
Oh my
was getting
gosh.
full pissed at her,
Yeah.
and I was like, "I wish I was there," but like, and then
What happened?
and then she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll have to believe you." And then she started opening each bag, and apparently like the third bag or something had like an old lettuce leaf from last week's groceries or something, and she's opened it and gone, "Oh, I guess they are old bags." And she was like, "I
Imagine,
fucking told you."
imagine if she like opened that, pulled the lettuce leaf out, and weighed it. $16 for that leaf.
Why was she doing her bags for her though?
You throw
Oh,
you throw your
not on the
bags.
self checkout thing. Okay.
No. This is through a person. Yeah.
I was like so
Human.
confused for a second.
Yeah.
I was like,
They still exist in shops.
right.
Hectic.
Today, we were shopping, and he's like a young dude, and he's got like the shaved. He's like serving me at the thing. He's got like shaved head. Fucking, he's like full. Did not want to be there, and he's like, "Do you want a receipt?" I was like, "Yes, please." I never want a receipt, but it was like a $200 shop.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, well, I'll just get the receipt."
What for?
I don't know, just when they're a big shop and they're really long, and
Yeah,
sometimes I just
tax
read 'em.
time's coming up.
Could claim all my groceries. Anyway, I just said yeah, and then it's printing, but the machine wasn't spitting it out; it was just curling up inside it and getting all crumpled. So he's like pulled the thing and he pulled the paper out, and he's like
Like
fed
a
the paper.
ticket
Yeah.
machine at an arcade where they try and get an extra ticket out.
And then he fed the paper through and he clipped it, put it back, and then he pressed print again, and then did it again, and then he's like, fuck. And then he's like ripped the top of the machine off again, and he's just like aggressively going hard, and I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. And he's like, have a good day. Whoa, Jesus.
There's an old chick at the Bunnings near us. I'm not going to say the suburb, but I don't know if you've ever seen her. She's got like short grey hair, and she's just so like abrupt and like rude every time I go there. And like like probably 12 to 18 months ago is the first time I did it, and I was like, it was printing and I was in a rush, so I'm like trying to pull the receipt, and she's like, stop that please, it breaks our printers.
Oh, really?
And I was like, just because you're a bitch to me every time, I like see she's there and I'm like ripping it out. She says it every time.
Like, I hope I've broken all the
Yeah,
printers.
it's the small wins.
It's funny. For what purpose do you need a receipt now?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess for returns
Well,
is the main one I get from Bunnings.
Why?
Bunnings is like I throw
I'll take it
all my
without a
Bunnings.
receipt.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. They take your license number though.
True.
Yeah.
I haven't.
It's easier to return with one, but
Why? Like, I was just like, I don't understand why.
if they sell the product and you, like if I bought the product from somewhere else, like a hardware store, and I come back and they've got the exact product, they'll just take it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hectic. Because I remember back in the day, I tried to return something and they're like, oh, you didn't buy it from this store. You bought it from like a different store.
Oh,
So
really?
what?
So now I'm just like, fuck, I've got to get a receipt for everything.
What does that matter? Do they really care?
Well, back in the day, it seemed they did. I haven't tried for ages.
Right.
I just end up keeping everything now.
Really? We return shit all the time.
Really?
I cleaned my garage out like this was probably a year ago. I was cleaning my garage out and I found heaps of shit that I bought from Bunnings.
Yeah.
You know when you go to Bunnings to do something around the house and you're like, oh, do I have those screws? Oh, do I have this? Do I have that? And you just buy it anyway.
Yeah.
And I always buy it thinking, oh, I'll just return it one day. If I
Yeah.
Anyway, I was cleaning my shed out and I made a fucking pile of just containers of screws and like insect kill and ant kill. And we had like fucking 6 packets of just ant rid, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But we never use them. Like, we got ants. We got to fucking buy the killer and then we just never use it. Anyway, I took like a bucket of shit in,
Yeah.
including the bucket. and I just dumped it on the thing. Like, oh, can I return all this? And the kid's looking at me and he's like, you know the kid with the hearing aid?
No.
He's like
Yeah, I
the
do.
most
I
innocent
know.
looking kid. And he's
Is he
looking at me
really?
like,
Yeah.
no, he didn't want to like say, I can't just do this.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big ordeal. I thought he could scan it all and just do it, but he has to like, I don't know, it must be some sort of process
Yeah,
with
yeah.
each item. And he's like, oh, do you have receipts? I'm like, nah. And he's like, oh, and I had like big, like all separate nuts and bolts when I was building the patio. I had to buy like big bolts
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit. And yet you got to buy them individually. And I had like buckets of them.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, I'll take out like all these little things so it's like easier for you. And he did it for me, and it was like, I don't know, $50 worth of shit. I was like, sweet. But it took forever. There's just a
Wait, he
lineup
gave you
behind me.
money
Hey?
He gave you money back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think when I do
Oh,
it,
no, sorry. He gave me he prints off receipts, like a
Right.
credit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I felt like a cunt. I'd never
Yeah.
do that again. eh?
I remember I got declined from the dump one day because I was paying in coins.
Oh,
I was
really?
like, yeah. I was like, how's this like a thing?
Yeah,
That's-
you can only pay
that's
a
illegal.
certain amount. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's only a
Oh,
certain
there's a
amount you
limit,
can pay
yeah.
in coins.
I didn't know that.
how much? What's the amount?
Well, I think it was like $12 or $14 or something to dump it. And we were cleaning out our change because we got like money boxes everywhere that are just always overflowing. So I think it was like Christmas too.
Okay.
There you go.
Bags, man.
Says you can pay up to $5 of coins in any combination. So anything more than $5 in coins you can't pay.
Really?
That's fucked.
So
that doesn't seem like enough.
So if I had something for $6 and I had 3 $2 coins,
Yeah.
they could reject me for that.
Well, that was the thing. I think I had about like
Or is there a
$7 to $8 in
Yeah.
gold coins, and then
Yeah.
the rest was all silver coins.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, I want to get rid of this. I need to go to the dump.
Yeah.
I'll dump all my shit. and
I'll dump the coins and then take them.
then he's like, oh, and he like started counting, and then you could just tell he couldn't be fucked. So
Yeah.
he's like, oh, we can't accept this much change. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, where do you want me to dump my shit?
But how much was it going to cost you?
$12 or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I argued with him for like 30 seconds, and I was like, oh, I have card.
I have card.
Is it if you're driving right and there's a cop behind you and you throw a bit of plastic out the window, he can pull you over and give you a fine for littering, right?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
What if it was like a plastic lid of a container?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if the lid was worth $5?
What?
Why? This
I don't
seems way
understand.
too
What are you-
personal.
What are you,
Okay,
I don't know
no.
what you're talking about. They can
You-
pull.
They'll-
Could-
so
could-
like a
could he-
Tupperware lid, I guess.
Yeah.
They
So-
can fine you for throwing organic matter, like an apple
Yeah.
core out.
Yeah. What about if I threw a $5 note out the window?
What do you mean?
Would you pull me over and say you lit it? If I had a $5 note, it's plastic. It's still just as bad for the environment as any other plastic, I guess.
Someone's going to pick up that $5 note and keep
Yeah,
it.
someone will benefit from it.
Someone's going to pick up my trash.
No, they're not.
Eventually they will. An ibis might.
Yeah.
What if I threw... You see where I'm going with it? Like,
Yeah.
it's selective.
it.
It's selective. If something's got worth, if I threw a rare Tupperware container lid out that's worth $100, right?
Rare Tupperware.
Hey, Tupperware's not cheap.
Limited edition.
It's not.
We don't make this shape anymore.
Yeah.
No, it's discrimination.
What? I saw this thing today that made me really angry about discrimination.
Really?
Yep.
What was it?
There's this lady that got denied entry to a nightclub in Fortitude Valley for having a face tattoo. But like,
I saw that.
Did
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
The same one? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, they have a
Is it-
blanket rule
Is
about.
it one of those traditional ones? Like the,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a cultural one, like
Yeah.
for her tribe or whatever it is. But they
Let me guess, it was the lip. Under the
no,
lip one?
yeah, under there,
Yeah.
and then on her, like one of the comments I read that made me laugh. So I was like, "You look like you got ridden over by a push bike."
Oh, shit.
And I was like, regardless, like it's not. How is it? Do you think it's discrimination if they have a blanket, no face tattoos or no?
Well, everything's discrimination. Is it legally?
No, but is it discrimination if it's everyone with a face tattoo, or is it only if it's no this face tattoo versus that face tattoo?
Well, it has to be a blanket rule because I think the face tattoo thing was bikie related.
Yeah, but regardless,
Bikie
that's
gang.
what I'm saying. We're not
Yeah.
saying this is not a bikie tattoo, so you can come in. That would be discrimination, right?
That's discriminating against bikies.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
regardless, right? But
I
then
think
if-
that's why they've made it a blanket rule.
But yeah.
So that they don't have to
So every
single you out. Yeah.
every human with a face tattoo
Yeah.
can no longer enter this venue.
It was so shocking to me
Yeah.
how
I
many
think
people
that's
were
more
like,
discriminative.
"It's cultural, get with the times." Blah blah. I'm
Yeah.
like, what do you like? It seemed crazy to me.
Back when like we used to go clubbing, we had a mate who had hand tattoos and finger tattoos and shit. And he'd have to like pull into the 7-Eleven on the way to the club and just buy like makeup and then just make up his hands and shit just to get into the club. Yeah.
And they let him in though.
Yeah, they let him in and then he'll just like go to the bathroom, wash his hands and then
you
get
really
the
out again.
bitches.
you're biting the hand that feeds you though, eh? Like every cunt that goes
Yeah.
like this, like the younger generations is covered in tattoos.
Yeah. These days.
Yeah.
The thing is that that's such as like in the article it was like, oh, I just came from being at 4 other places that were fine with it.
Yeah.
And then like some people's comments were like, just move on, like go somewhere else where they'll serve you. And other people were like so outraged that she was discriminated against.
Well, I suppose go elsewhere, make a statement, I guess, post it online, and
Well, that's what she did.
And
And
the
people
market,
were like,
the market
just
will.
shut up.
Yeah.
Why? Like,
Well, that's the thing. Like the poor security guard has to cop it. And
yeah,
he's
he's
like,
just doing his job. He's like, this is the policy
Yeah.
of the place.
Yeah.
And under his like black long sleeve shirt and pants, he's probably covered
covered
as well.
and he's
yeah.
probably a bikie.
No, I fucking hate tattoos.
Yeah,
Do
fine.
you really?
No, I don't.
Just mine.
He's covered in
Just mine.
Yeah, actually, just mine.
Yeah, because people with like hand tattoos and neck tattoos can't get in. Or like, is it visible tattoos? At like,
No,
around
I
the
think
coast
it's
and shit?
Well, at this place, it was just face tattoos.
yeah, I think it's specifically hands, necks, and faces.
Hands is weird. Why hands? Put your hands in your fucking pockets.
Alright, like, do bikies? Is it?
Let me see your ID. I can't.
Is it the rule's dumb. Like, so not all bikies have tattoos, right?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
So did they just say
What
what's the?
percentage of bikes do you think don't have tattoos? I think it's super low.
There's yeah,
I
it's,
don't know,
it's
there's
probably
no
low.
studies, but like whoever thought of this, I think it was a government thing, or
I don't
I
know.
don't know. But they've obviously said, what's the most thing that they have in common? Tattoos. All right, no tattoos. Seriously? They all have hair.
Yeah.
Or you can't come in if you're a skinhead, or it's done.
Right.
No, I don't know. It is an odd one. I never got it, but whatever.
Or would you be offended if you had a face tattoo and they said you couldn't go in? Would you be offended?
I don't know.
You have a tattoo on your knuckle.
Yeah.
Like, that's a hand tap.
Yeah.
They could look at that and go, oh, that could be a bikie sign or one of those.
I don't think I had that when we went clubbing. I think I actually did cover it up once for something, and I just literally put a Band-Aid around that knuckle. I forget what that was. We went somewhere fancy one time.
I'm going to have to check under
Oh,
the
and
Band-Aid, sir.
they didn't want you to, or you did it without, so you didn't have to deal with any
Job
shit?
interview?
No, they asked me, so I had to go to a servo or something and just get a
Oh,
Band-Aid.
really?
Yeah, I don't remember where it was though, but I remember specifically doing that.
At the video store I worked at, the people I worked for, they were like, we wouldn't hire anyone like with sleeves or anything.
Yeah,
And I was like, it's their business. They can make that choice if they don't want to do that, right?
yeah. I don't know. I've never got it, but like I've always been into tattoos, I guess. So it's like
Well, I don't have a problem.
I've got a huge problem with them. Yeah, no, I don't get it.
It's discrimination for sure. Everything's discrimination, but
Yeah,
that's a bad type, I guess.
one of the worst types. Oh fuck. Anyway,
Next philosophical question.
What? Everyone drinks at the same time.
yeah. I had a realization of like how different our childhoods were to like how our kids' childhoods are now, and I still can't fathom how he said it, but
Dude, wait.
so we went away last weekend down to Ballina, and we got this like little cottage thing, and like typical kids, they've run in and they're like
Oh, yeah.
running into rooms,
Yeah, yeah,
screaming and shit.
Jump on the most bouncy thing they can find.
Yeah, and Westy's like runs into the bathroom. He's like, "Dad, get in here!" And I'm like,
There's a bidet.
and
What's
I'm
this
like,
hose for?
I'm like, "Oh fuck, okay." And he's like, "How do I turn the taps on?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "There's two." So instead of a mixer, there's a hot and cold.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then I'm like,
Science now. You got to make your own temperatures.
exactly. Even I like,
You're like, hang on,
setting
which
the
one?
shower. I'm like, a little bit this way, a little bit this way,
Yeah.
and it's like, I do not miss this.
Yeah.
Anyway, I walked out.
I still have that in my house.
Do you?
Yeah, well, we live in a house from like the 80s.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I've never changed the taps, but they're
I don't know, why would you put a mixer on it?
yeah. We changed all ours to mixers when we renovated.
Well, they come out of like the tiled shower each thing, so I'd
Yeah.
have to like retile
Oh,
the shower.
okay. So you
yeah.
didn't. Yeah, right. And then the other thing that got me, about 2 hours later, they went for their showers. And he's like, "Dad, quick." He's like, "Look how fancy this shower is." I'm like,
Oh, I know what it is. Let me
Yeah.
guess. The down or the up thing?
"Nah.
No?
Worse." He's like, "It's got a curtain on it." And I'm like, "That's not fancy."
I'm in a window.
That's so good. That
like-
is so good. That's full circle.
I'm like, "Your dad's worked so hard for mixers and frameless shower
Yeah,
screens."
yeah, yeah. That's
I
so
have a curtain
funny.
on my shower.
Do you?
Yeah. Man,
So good.
come to my house one day.
Yeah, I should. I should
like-
come.
We're going to go hang at Ash's shower.
Wait, where's to go to Ash's house? He's so fancy.
Shit. Now I feel like I live in a 5-star hotel.
Oh, sorry, man. But I didn't miss.
Just
Like
sitting here,
you probably,
Wait, this
you
is my house.
you probably put up with this every day. Then.
Were you house sitting that weekend?
You probably put up with this every day then. But I like don't remember it since I was a kid. But like you're washing and then the shower curtain just like attracts
gross.
to you. Oh, it like sticks to your skin.
Yeah.
You're like fuck off,
We-
and then you'll be like washing and it's like back on you.
We
Like it just magnet. Like it's a magnet.
So we had this shower curtain on, and it was like a materialed one, and when it gets wet, it gets heavy.
Yeah.
Rips the shower
like-
rail off.
No, it got moldy real quick, so we ended up throwing it out, and we bought like
Did
real.
you use a real curtain?
Let's get a spotlight.
It's just a bed sheet. So we went and bought like a lightweight waterproof. It's like your boxer pants. It's like that material,
yeah.
and it's really light. And when you have a hot shower, all the hot air goes up, and all the cold air goes up against, like from the outside up against the thing, and the shower curtain just sucks into you.
He just shrink wrapped himself.
That's so good.
Whenever we go anywhere that like has a shower curtain,
Yeah.
and I have a shower, when it touches me because it's like cold, I'm like, get away from me. And then so I'll do the thing where you like shove it out of the way, but then all the water like just floods the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the bottom of the shower curtain has to be in the shower.
Yeah.
If it's sitting
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
it's just like
And it had a fucking detachable shower head.
Okay.
But they fixed it to the wall, so it was like just below my shoulders where the thing was hitting. So I'm like, I'm crouching and shit, and I'm like, fuck it. And I called out to Nikita, I'm like, because I didn't want her to walk in and I've just got the shower head just like washing myself. So I had to call her in before I detached it. I'm like, can you believe this shit? And then, just in case she came in.
so you had to set it up.
Yeah, I had to set it up.
I had to prepare for a moment.
And she's like, basically. She's like, why is the jet in your asshole?
I thought I could hear a walrus in here.
I got to hold the shower head between my legs. I drive too aggressively.
I almost died in the shower the other day. So Josh was like skitzing out. I was the only one at home with him. And he was skitzing out, didn't want to go in the bath. And he was having a massive tantrum. And usually I throw him in the bath and I'll jump in the shower or whatever. And I was like, fuck it. So I picked him up and I like ran into the shower with him just to get him. Anyway,
tucked under your arm.
Quick, the curtain's going to touch us.
So I had him like in one arm and like we hopped in the shower. I just wanted to get him wet and just fucking wash him off quickly and chuck him out.
Use your legs to hold it. The spells suck.
While he's chucking a tantrum and I'm holding him and then he's just kicking and his toenail like cut my balls. And I was just in the hot water and I was just like, I was almost screaming. Like I was just like, fuck. And I'm like, and he's still skitzing out. And then he heard me like yelling because it fucking stung.
Yeah.
I've never like experienced pain in that area. So I was just like blown away. And he's like, oh, sorry, daddy. Like, my balls.
That's hectic.
Yeah, that fucking was not fun.
I walked in on Parker. Parker and Wesley love having showers together. They just sit on the bottom of the shower and just fucking
Block the plug hole and turn it into a bath.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just do irritating shit. And I was out doing something and I just heard him like laughing so loud. Or mainly Westy laughing so loud. And I'm like, he's making his little brother do something fucked up. So I walk in and there's like this little Cocomelon submarine thing, like toy that you squish.
Oh my gosh. You haven't seen Delirious at all.
Anyway, Parker's got this submarine and it's got like a little blowhole and he's putting it on his dick and squeezing it. and then it'll like suck into the end of the submarine and Westy's just like pissing his pants. I'm like, this is fucked. I'm like, you're basically making your little brother use like a submarine like fleshlight.
That's so funny.
So I'm like, submarine's going in the bin.
All right, cool. Now you got to watch this.
How long does this go for?
No, like a few minutes.
That's too long.
I got a scar over my eye to this day from playing the fight game in the bathtub when I was little.
This is what your thing reminded me of.
Oh, you're a stand-up and you haven't seen this.
Yeah, I've never
We didn't
seen
have no
it.
Mr. Bubble. We played the fight game. We be in that tub that bloop. You can smell it. You can smell it. Ever hold your G.I. Joe over it, guys? We're going din 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 din, and G.I. Joe is swimming underwater. Dun 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 dun. And G.I. Joe want to find out where the bubbles is coming from. It's on the bottom of the ocean, so he started to venture into the cave from whence they came. And G.I. Joe got stuck, and G.I. Joe got stuck in the water.
You gotta watch that.
My big brother was
you-
sitting in the other end of the tub and shit.
Have you
and
seen,
made his shit in the tub?
That was the second one, wasn't it? Delirious?
I can't remember. I think
Yeah,
so.
Raw was the first one. A different colour suit.
Yeah,
but,
purple one. Gotta watch it.
But yeah,
Classic.
if you haven't watched that.
Yeah, it's on my list to watch.
Oh, just the greatest special ever.
Yeah.
It's
So you came second, you said? Down at
Yeah,
in
came
your,
second.
in your little competition.
My little competition.
How many people are there?
10 in each
Two.
heat.
I mean, audience.
There's in the audience, I think there was like 40 or something, just over 40.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, wasn't too bad. Normally, apparently, they get like 50 or 60.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently, that's like
They heard you were coming.
Yeah, probably. No, so apparently the final is like set to have 90 to 100 people or something.
That's cool. Where is
So
it
that'll
at?
be sick. Same brewery
Oh,
down
okay.
at Ballina.
So how many in the final?
Another 10. So there's five heats of 10, and then
Yeah.
the winner and the runner-up go through to the final of each heat. So another 10.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's another reason why I completely didn't expect to come anywhere, but like I thought just in case something happens, if
Just
I
have
go
to be
in,
better than 8 other people.
yeah. Well, that's what it was completely unexpected. I didn't get it. But anyway, I was like, well, if I go in the first or second one, at least then I'll have enough time to write some new shit before like the final.
I suppose you can't
Did you get to pick?
Yeah.
bust you.
Yeah, well,
Same
when
set,
you
yeah.
signed up, they're like put a preference
Okay.
as to what week you want to go, because I guess some people are busy and shit, or might book holidays, or
How hard do you go with your jokes? Do you like get your best material out just to make it? Or do you and hope that you can write something better next time?
yeah.
tough.
Well, I mean, yeah. At the moment, I don't know. I've currently got like 5 minutes that seems to work, because I've been telling you guys that I've been bombing some places. So now I've got like a 5 that seems to be like an umbrella. Like
Okay.
it seems to work at everywhere. It's not too bad. It's not too like fucking PC. So, and I just like, I did that on the Thursday night and did pretty well. And then I was like, well, I'll just do the same set on Friday night, and then came second. So I was like,
So what's first place prize?
for the heat or for the final?
Like for if you won the whole thing.
$1,000
$300.
$1,000 cash.
They just pay your fuel and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I had a like running joke with Jake the whole week, because we were both like depressed, and he's like, blah 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 blah, and I was like, if I win this competition on Friday night, I make $200. I'm like, I'm not going to be in Monday, and he's like, but how much is your accommodation? I'm like, 600. He's like,
Worth it.
yeah. So yeah, you get $1,000 cash, and then an hour writing time with a professional comedian or something, where they'll like help you with your jokes,
Oh really?
and something else.
Start again.
Basically.
If you get that, you have to pitch Sugar Free Tuesday.
Yeah, because they for each heat they've got like a headliner as well, I guess, to make like the people who paid's money
Yeah.
worth it if the 10 open micers are shit or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, fucking yeah, he's pretty funny. He
Was
killed,
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll beat him?
What? No, he's
No,
just like performing.
he's like a professional. He was
Oh,
he was a
okay,
writer
yeah.
on like
So he wasn't
Jim
in the
Jeffrey
competition?
show and shit. Nah,
Yeah, okay.
nah. So
You're just writing his set down.
Yeah.
Not repeat it.
oh fuck.
You should just do that.
And then you'll never get a spot anywhere.
Yeah,
ever again.
exactly. Yeah, nah. So see how we go.
Yeah.
Try and write some new shit.
That seems tough. Like, when's the final or whatever?
Not till November.
Oh, okay. You have
Yeah,
time.
so
I
it's
was
one. It's a heat every month or something, and then final in November.
Okay.
So I've just got like 4 months or something. 4 months.
Are you stressed?
No, well, that's like I like had to talk myself into not treating it like a competition, I guess.
But
I was
now you
just-
have to.
No, well, like I did pretty well at that, because I was like, that was another fucked up thing. So I took Nikita and the kids down there, and I'm like, just give me Friday, and then we can do whatever the fuck you want on Saturday.
Yeah.
So we get down there, and straight away we're checking into the cabin.
Let's do this.
Yeah, the guy's like, oh, we've recently just opened the bushwalk down to the creek. He's like, it's a little overgrown because of the floods, but you can still get there.
Bring your canoe.
And I just saw Nikita, like, she's like, oh, bushwalk to the creek? That'd be incredible. And she's like,
Hey kids, imagine if your dad wanted to join
yeah.
us.
And again, she turns it to Bluey. She's like,
Yeah.
Westy, remember
Creek.
when Bluey went to the creek? And he's like, oh, I want to go to the creek. I'm like, fuck. So we like go back, and I'm like, I don't want to go to the creek. I just want to like get in the right headspace. Yeah. And then we end up going to the creek, and I just expected it to be like an average bushwalk.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm just in shorts, a shirt, and thongs, and it's like this massive hike down like cliffs, and like we had to walk through a waterfall that was like gushing down onto the path and shit. And then we got to a sign.
This is the creek.
Yeah, we got to the sign, and it's like, do you want to take the short, steep path or the long, flat path? And I'm like, I'm running out of time. Let's just take the short one. And we got like, I don't know, 50 meters into this walk, and all of us were just like, we're not doing this. So we went to the flat one, and even that was like a fucking rock climb the whole way down. Anyway, we're walking, and I walk through this bush, and I'm like, my legs feel wet. And I look down, and I just had a leech, like, just dangling off my leg. Yeah.
Serious?
I'm like, Nikita, is this a leech? And she's like, ew. And I'm like, cool.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I like pick it off and just throw it into the bush. And I'm like, this is incredible.
Did it break the skin?
I don't know. Didn't check.
I didn't check.
Yeah.
Usually you're bleeding if you...
I don't think I was bleeding. Maybe it didn't. I had a tick in my beard for like 3 weeks and didn't know.
Shit. Just pick it out.
I was getting so sleepy, like at my last job, and I was like to the point I was just laying on the office floor one morning, and I just like itched my beard, and then a tick just popped out, and I was like, "What the fuck's that?" And then another guy picked it up, and he's like, "It's a tick. You've had a tick," and it was fat as fuck.
Yeah, paralysis tick.
That's crazy. I used to get them heaps behind my ear as a kid. We'd always build cubby houses in the back, like in the bush, and I'd always have them. I'd get one like once a year, just behind my ear, always behind my ear.
Yeah.
Always the same fucking tick.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, this kid again.
But yeah, it was a good little warm up for the show, I guess. Yeah. But like, yeah, I was just like, just treat it like another show. And then I got there, and most of the people were from like up here anyway that I see like at open mics.
That's cool.
So I was just like, yeah, worked out.
Did you plan that?
Plan what?
To be there like with other people from up here?
No, well, the guy that runs it, like, comes up here heaps anyway. So, like, most of the people that do it, because obviously there's not, how many people would that be? 50 open micers in Ballina.
Right.
So I guess most people would
the
come
whole
down.
population.
Yeah. But, yeah, pretty fucking sick.
Open this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get some ice, bro.
Do you want to get some ice, Ash?
Please.
What is it?
Whiskey.
Absinthe.
Absinthe.
I was sitting in here the other day, and I was thinking of ways to save your life. I was like,
in what case?
I was like, what if I tip the absinthe out and fill it with green cordial? Like every
Finally,
week.
I've got a taste for it.
Yeah.
Save my life. Trying to say I have a problem?
Nah.
The finest.
We've all got
vape
problems.
I have no problem.
Wow, you're so lucky.
Yeah.
Better put this back.
Nah. Put it in your lap.
Do you want me to move the fridge?
What's the other option? There's no other option for the fridge.
I mean, I could put it over here.
No. Oh, yeah. And then
Be annoying.
How would you get in?
Yeah. And then when we have guests, we're like, excuse me, Mr. Clinton.
Mr. Clinton. Which one? Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Give me my ginger
That was the
beer.
worst impression.
The sexual
Oh my god, are
predator
you serious?
one. Did you see R. Kelly went to jail for 30 years?
Like
What?
10 years ago.
Yeah, but it like only got like he only got sentenced yesterday
Oh,
or the day
really?
before. Yeah. 30 years in jail.
That's right, for pedophilia,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, sweet.
Say no one.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm halfway through his soap opera.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's so good.
Soap opera. That serious thing?
Yeah, he sings a whole soap opera.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
There's like 30-something episodes, pretty sure.
It's pretty old now, right?
R. Kelly? Oh, the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's so like original. Like no one's done it and no one
So
will ever
funny.
do it. 'cause It's
So
dumb.
funny. That's the one with the pimp, right?
Yeah, and the midget
Yeah.
under the sink.
I haven't seen it.
You should.
Oh, really? They talk about it on Save Our Parks. About
Oh,
that.
yeah. And they,
in
the
closet.
song they talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
There's a midget.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you doing there?
Nikita just texted me. She's like, "What the fuck was that?" And I'm like, "What was what?" She's like, "The hectic, like, fake, creepy laugh." I'm like, "Maybe it was us."
Fake
What the
creepy
fuck?
laugh.
Did you guys hear?
Hopefully it was us.
The guy's laughing at my shitty jokes.
Fuck.
Now I want to know what life is creepy.
Me too.
Do you ever
Have
do
you
the
tasted
awkward?
it? Is it good?
It's good.
I'll finish my beer. And then
No.
okay.
Mix it with your beer.
You ever do the awkward laugh where something's generally funny, but your laugh comes out too loud, and it's too loud for the joke that was said,
Yeah,
and you don't know what to do after? It's like
Yeah, sometimes.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, hectic. I don't know what it was. I don't know if I should go and investigate. Or whether we just push on.
Just a clown in your house,
Yeah.
living in your manhole.
What was that awkward laugh?
Maybe I should go and investigate.
If you
Nah.
feel the need to.
Should be right.
BRB.
All right. Go.
Pause it. Oh, is that flashing? Is that right? Is that good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I should put a hole in this glass.
Do it. Can we put something? Can we corrupt it somehow?
Like how?
Hey,
Like how? Put absinthe in it.
why's my drink green and no one else's?
Yeah.
We bought tickets today in one of those like prize homes. Katie's like, just so you know,
Which one? The Sunshine Coast one? The one I
yeah,
told you about?
the big one.
Didn't I literally just... I messaged like the group chat about it the other day. I was like,
Oh, really?
James, you have to move the podcast to Sunshine Coast.
Oh man, it's like a big sort of colonial house on like 10 acres.
Oh, I don't know how to...
It could be the one. Anyway, she bought 3 tickets in that, and we spent like an hour just talking about like what would happen if we won it.
Yeah. Is it the Martyr Prize home?
Possibly.
Okay. Hang on, let's see. Anyway, go, yeah.
Yeah.
About if you want
Oh,
it.
we kind of just got like wrapped up in talking about what we would do. You know, we'd sell our house and then we'd not work for a bit and then we'd like turn this house into some sort of... Anyway, we were just like dreaming. Is it worth like 8 mil or something? Or
No. 2.9. This one's in the hinterland.
no, it's a different one.
Okay.
It's way better than that piece of shit. Anyway, I was just telling Adrian. Wait, did you figure out the laugh?
No, she said it was like, apparently we laughed.
Yeah.
And then, like, midway through our laughter, some creepy, like, clown laugh went like,
Oh, no.
and I was like,
Is it one of the kids' toys?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking, mate.
Let's agree it was the kid's toy, please.
That's so awkward.
No.
Wait, you said you have people next door.
That's what I said. I'm like, maybe it's like them saying goodbye or something.
That's how they say goodbye.
We're best friends. Yeah, I was just telling Adrian. Katie notified me that she bought 3 tickets in like
I want to know which house this is.
Martyr Prize Home thing, or one of those prize home competitions.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm sure we'll win it. And it's worth like a couple mil at the sunny coast on 10 acres.
Yeah, right. I think we've seen
And-
that one.
And we're like, we just started talking and we're convincing ourselves we're going to win it. And then
Yeah.
we spent
Oh,
like an
yeah, I
hour
found
talking about how our lives are going to change and what we're going to do and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And then
Found.
it was so much fun talking about if we get rich, what are we going to do with our lives? And then at the end of it, I was like, I'm going to fucking win it.
Well,
Like back to reality.
Yeah.
we just,
Snap back to
the
reality.
one that just ended in Oxenford, there was like a $3.8 million house that we bought tickets for. It was the first time we bought tickets.
Did you win it?
Tara, no.
Oh,
Tara was so like, it was one that was on like an early season of Grand Designs where they built it. And so she was
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, this is
Yeah, it's
the
the
one. Yeah. And then so she was like, I'm looking at the house we're going to win. I'm like, no, we're not.
Oprah said if I'm positive about it, I'll win.
Yeah. But I was like, don't get your hopes up, please, because I know it's just like,
Yeah.
it's really unlikely.
It's fun to think about what... You ever just thought about what you'd do if you're just instantly rich?
Yeah,
And then
like-
you play your life out and you're like, that was fun. That was
Probably once every like 6 months or so, I'll go on like realestate.com and I'll just go like search houses in Queensland and then I'll change the sorting from to like
highest
most
or whatever, yeah.
expensive, yeah. And I'll be like, what's the most expensive house in Queensland right now? And then I'll
is
just be
it?
flicking through it.
It's a yacht.
Yeah, and it's just like such a hectic house. And I'm like, where is this?
Pocket's house.
Yeah.
What would you do if you woke up like and you just had like 10 million in the bank?
I'd probably just
You just won
go
it.
to work and
No,
build
it's-
some cabinets.
Sure.
The answer would be pay off your debt.
Yeah, that'd probably be first.
I donate
Rack up more debt.
That's the correct answer.
donate it to my favorite political party.
Yeah.
Queensland. I want to find out what is the most expensive house in Queensland right now.
I'm going to go 15 million.
I'm going to go
Oh,
28 million.
that's a specific number.
This one. This one.
How much?
Recording. Hang on, I'm pulling it over now.
Wait, what's your prediction, Adrian?
Let's
He's probably
go
looking at it.
11. I haven't looked at it. I just did Queensland.
11 million.
For sale currently or has ever been sold?
Oh, good question. I guess all we can do now is... Oh, I guess you can click on
Has to
sold,
be
hey?
currently for sale.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely not that house.
Can't.
Sorry, sir.
Jeez. They don't have shower curtains.
How many taps does this house have?
Price? How we
Yeah.
do it? Oh,
No, go sort. So it'll be filter.
sold.
Zoom out.
Oh, maybe
Fucking fuck you.
maybe it's not that way.
That's still by price, right?
This is really intriguing for
Just
our
go
listeners.
go minimum.
Stop it.
Go maximum. Just put like $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Max any, min any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have every single
Okay,
house.
click back out.
Make sure
Okay,
it has
Let
sold.
me... No, see, sort.
Oh,
yeah, right there. Price highest to
There we go.
lowest. There we
Alright.
go.
Oh, here we
Here
go.
we go, boys.
There we go.
Oh,
How much?
Zoom down.
Oh,
really?
That's not much.
Really?
but it says plus.
Come on, Queensland.
Plus. Pussy.
Offers over 1.5.
There'll be land that's worth more than houses.
Do you reckon that's like they just put those up because like this is actually achievable by
Maybe.
some people? Well, that's done.
Well, that's 2 million there.
Their sorting is
Yeah.
broken.
No, well, people would have paid promoted their ads. So they
That's
would
in
put to the
Kingston,
top.
1.1.
Right, let's go sold.
Jesus, Kingston's worth that.
Filter sold.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
oh
no.
my
What
gosh,
is
not
that?
now.
What's your password?
I'm busy. All right.
Highest to lowest. Okay.
Where's there's no price? It just says sold.
Yeah,
That's so helpful.
it'd be like top of the Q1 or something.
Probably.
So I just said Pocket's house.
Yeah, let me
Yeah, you figure it out.
have a look here.
Riveting conversation.
Huh?
Shut up,
Say
Ash.
something interesting.
Yeah,
Yes.
say something interesting.
Cut my balls the other day with my kid's foot.
On purpose. 34 million.
Holy shit.
Beach house smashes Queensland record selling for 34 million.
So I was closest.
That's a lot.
Closest without going
I
over.
said all that.
Yeah. Plus my guess and your guess together, and that's
Yeah.
what it was. So what? Why is it worth 34 million? Oh, okay, that's why.
Go.
My kid builds better Lego houses than that.
Like, I get it, but
Yeah,
I also don't get it.
it'd be its location because it doesn't look like a lot of property.
Where is it?
Well, the fact it's on a beach, they probably own half the beach in front of it too.
Yeah,
That's pretty-
see, I'd
it's pretty
imagine
big.
this would be going for way more. So if you went back to your normal search you were just on,
Yeah.
this is a 6-bedroom, 9-bathroom, 12 garage house at Sovereign Island.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
I've done so
It
many.
doesn't even
kitchens
have
in
a.
there.
It doesn't have even have
Show
a
me.
price. Hang on. Oh, come on. That bad boy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've seen that house.
Yeah, same.
Probably about. I was just coming out of my apprenticeship, and I was probably third or fourth
See,
year.
that looks like the fucking White House. Where's all those houses on?
I don't know.
It does. They're not on realestate.com.
That's
They're probably
fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I'm on realestate.com. That's nuts.
It's like
cool.
Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
You see,
Anyway.
she got 20 years.
Yeah.
20
Do
years.
you reckon she'll make it till fucking Christmas?
Julian Assange is just, he's getting 174 years for like journalisming. Journalisming. Yeah, that's fucked up.
What if we face
He
jail
still
time
doesn't-
one day for something we say on this podcast?
Probably.
I just want people to know that I'm not suicidal.
Yet. You reckon everyone could be suicidal if like a situation comes up that drives them there?
You don't reckon? Why not?
I'm too much of a pussy to hurt myself. I would be too scared to jump off a bridge.
Yeah. I couldn't do that.
What if you felt like there was no escape? Like, because that's what they feel like, right? There's no.
Yeah.
This is the best option.
Like if I was going to be tortured to death, or I had the opportunity to just end it beforehand, I'd probably pussy out in the hope that I don't get tortured to death, but then I'd end up getting tortured to death.
Oh wow!
Just in case.
That's hectic.
I suppose if like I'd lost everything and I just couldn't, like, now that I've had kids, I get that people could, like, you hear about people who lose their kids and they're just that distraught and they end it and shit. Like, I get that you can't live with the pain. I don't know, it's weird. Like, if you lose your kids, like, how, like, I think to myself, how could I fucking deal with that? It's not something you'd ever get past.
Nah.
And you'd either have to learn to live with it or just, it's.
Yeah. You mean like kids dying or something?
Yeah,
Or,
if you lost your kids.
Yeah. I don't know how I'd get past it.
Like, not even.
Like, even today it came up. Nikita brought something up about, she's like, oh, what was it? Oh, we're talking about her going back to work full time. And she's like, oh, but then how would Westy get home, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck, I had to walk home from like prep in grade 1 and shit.
Crazy. That's crazy.
It's hectic. And she's like, but now think Westy like opens the front door and you flip the fuck out. And I'm like, I guess, like, I like won't even let him walk to the letterbox. Like,
back in the 90s, I used to, in primary school, I'd ride my bike. If I didn't want to ride, I'd walk with my mates from one side of the suburb to the other side in Minderoo. And like, it was just whatever.
yeah.
Sometimes I get halfway and realize I forgot my shoes. You know, because I was having this conversation with, was it you? About chucking a sickie at school, like in primary school.
Yeah.
My parents would go to work and just like, don't leave the house.
Yeah, we talked
And
about
they trust me to stay home.
We
And
said about like what age do you think it's okay to leave your kids at home? Because I found out that in Australia there's no law like you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was home alone from prep, I think.
Prep is
Jesus.
young, man.
Yeah. Well, that was when we lived in Gundawindi. So I guess we had
right.
like the country town
like
stigma.
6 people living
But
there.
still, like,
But prep is like
I reckon
can be
school.
5.
Yeah, I reckon school was probably a 2 to 3 kilometre walk to home. And I'd just walk that like every day.
When you were 5,
Because mum and dad would be so.
I think my kids would die. Like
So would my kids. I'd have no idea.
What, do you think?
I guess this is why.
My kids aren't old enough to like judge them yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't do it. No judgment.
It's
mum and
location
dad.
too. Like where
No,
we
not even that. I don't think they'd be capable of doing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess
But-
mum and dad had to work and we had no other option.
Well, when like where we lived when we were little, it was like a big cul-de-sac. It was like a horseshoe shaped street, and like 2 cul-de-sacs at each end, and it was full of like houses with kids.
Yeah.
And any arvo, like no matter what, someone was out in the street playing, so you could just go anywhere and play. So then it was just always like a party when you're a kid, and
Yeah.
we'd just jump on our bikes and ride anywhere. And the parents would come out, and my dad used to whistle as soon as it was getting dark. He'd like put his fingers in his mouth and whistle,
Yeah.
and just that's when we knew to come home.
Put his fingers in his mouth.
In his
or-
mouth,
Yeah.
yeah, you do that.
Whistle.
How do you, what's it called? Is that what it's called? Whistling?
Like a wolf whistle.
Not like a.
yeah, yeah.
It's like a wolf whistle.
Nikita
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do it loud as fuck. It
Yeah.
pisses me
How?
off so
I
much.
don't
I don't
understand
know how
how you do
either.
it.
I always tried. Can never do it.
Yeah,
That's
she like,
Is it like
she'll
2
blow the
fingers
roof
or-
off the house and I'm like,
so-
shut the fuck
Oh,
up.
that's sick.
That's insane.
Do you get her
Oh.
to teach you?
So
I can't do it.
my youngest, Hamish, he started whistling.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So we're in the they're in the bath, and I sit on the side, and they put their little, your ball pit balls.
Yeah.
There's a heap of them in the bath, and Hamish puts them up on the ledge.
Yeah.
He's just turned 1, and he puts them up there because he knows I'll blow them off one by one.
Yeah.
And I do the mouth shape of like about to blow them off, and he copies me, and he goes. I'm like, did you just whistle?
Yeah.
He just does it.
That's sick.
My kids trying to learn how to whistle.
Yeah.
Nikita's been getting pissed off all weekend because I've been. Have you seen Post Malone covering Better Man
No.
by Pearl Jam?
I don't want
Pretty hectic. You don't want to. Don't you like Post Malone?
Oh, does he ruin it? I just
I
love
don't
that
know.
song.
Nikita hates it. I like it because I like different voices,
Yeah.
I guess. But he's got like bottom grills in.
Okay.
So he's got like, he's got like a bottom mouth lisp. And like,
Just drooling.
yeah. And I'm like, we're watching it and I'm like, this is sick. And then I started to like imitate it.
Yeah.
And Nikita's like, that's so annoying, but you do it so well.
How does it go?
No, I can't. You'd have to hear the song and then
I don't know.
I'd feel too much pressure now to do the impersonation properly.
I heard today you're
Yeah,
going
this
to
is
first
it.
start with a
Probably
cover
skip like,
All of it.
skip a
song. And I
little
was like,
bit.
I wonder what Post is going to do.
Go to
Why
halfway.
Better Man today? What do
You
you
need
think?
the chord.
I remember
it's done.
my brother Jordan,
When he gets to, I reckon the
he's a
second,
Marine.
He can't get into any
and
nightclubs.
he was stationed
I reckon second verse is better than the first one.
and he
But
played
anyway.
moment, and it makes me.
Can't wait for this. I love.
Yeah, same. I want to hear it.
You're going to hate it because,
Because I love Pearl Jam.
yeah.
It's 4 o'clock, it's got to start. Tell her, take no more, she practices.
See how he's got, like, the bottom lip? Yeah.
She opens the door,
Tell
she
her.
rolls off.
He's high as fuck.
Yeah, he's always high.
It's no way.
He's got always tired tattooed on his face.
She lies and says she's loved him. Can't find a better man.
Oh, he can actually do that with his voice.
Yeah.
I thought that was an effect.
Nah.
Don't know the lyrics.
Better man.
Just make noises.
Anyway,
Is he doing that?
don't you like it?
I don't like it.
Oh, I
Don't
get
you?
it. I get it's a
I
cover,
don't-
but
no, I don't like it. There are good covers, and that I don't think is one.
like, good on him for knowing it. And like,
Getting the words.
Good job, Post Malone, for having a crack.
stick to your own shit.
Yeah.
I can do
don't know.
better.
I think you have. I think that's like a part of the Howard Stern show. You have to do a cover
Oh, really?
because then I've like got in a rabbit hole of watching covers and shit.
And then you have to sit on that vibrating horse thing that he had.
I remember that back in the day.
Oh,
The Sibian or whatever it was.
I had a
Not
go,
that I have one.
but I'm sitting on right now.
Kids, get off.
No, that's not a rocking horse. Don't plug it in.
I never got into him, but I always knew like that segment.
Oh, Stoney. Is he still going?
I think so, yeah. I think from what I've heard, he's got like one of the biggest radio contracts in history with Sirius XM.
Apparently he's just keeping that going. Because who the fuck listens to radio anymore?
Yeah, I never listened to him.
Me needs.
Me needs.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, I'm sorry you didn't like that cover. I quite enjoyed
Oh,
it.
it's all right. There's some bands that I like, and then when people cover them, I don't know. Have you heard?
cover I like?
Have you heard like? Oh, don't. Oh,
Have you heard?
it was my band then.
No, no.
That would have been so good. That would have been so
I just
good.
saw the denim jacket, and I was like, "Is that?"
Shake it off.
See if you can, see if you can pick this up.
I hate it when people come and shake it off.
Oh, yeah, Taylor Swift did it better.
See if you can pick this. All right, maybe that gives away. I'm just kidding.
Maybe it gives it away because it's written there. Pumped Up Kicks.
Have you heard 50 Cent cover John Mayer?
No, really? Is it good?
I hate it.
I love John Mayer.
Who's this guy though?
Do you know who it is? We did that kitchen.
I think it's Baden Knight.
You did who?
We did his kitchen.
Was that old mate?
Yeah.
Where's he filming this?
I don't know. This is before he had kids, I think.
I told him
I told him he should like.
he's wearing a hat,
do
so I
it.
didn't recognize him.
Yeah, I don't know where he filmed this actually.
That's cool. Yeah, he looks young as.
That fish tank. I'd never noticed that before.
Robert's got a quick hand. He'll look around the room, he won't tell you his plan. With a baseball bat, draws a line in the sand. Heart like stone with the mind of a sick man. Rolled cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's a cowboy kid, growing up in
Fuck,
the
I
deep
wish I was
south.
like
Small
musical.
house, only money for necessities. Abusive parents, only part of the recipe. Now he's found
These
a
aren't the
six-shooting
original
gun
lyrics, are they?
in his dad's closet with a box full of fun, and he's biting his tongue because he knows what's to come. Imagines the sounds when the other kids scream and run and don't even know what sets
There
his
you
kid
go.
off.
See this? Where he's just tapping the thing behind his back. I think he's just doing that.
Small house, only
like,
money for necessities.
not actually doing it, right?
Parents, only
It's a
part of the
video.
recipe.
Yeah, I was
Now
gonna
he's
say,
found a six-shooting gun.
He's not plugged in. It's just
That's like Nikita's obsessed with these two guys that
Yeah,
like sing. Yeah,
The
you
other
saw
day.
them the other week.
I like it.
Yeah, they're good, but like their videos are obviously staged because they're in like tropical islands
Yeah.
and shit, and their guitars and amps and shit are just sitting on the sand.
Right,
And I'm
right,
like,
right.
This isn't real.
yeah.
This is not how it would sound.
Yeah.
No, I thought it sounded good. I can't remember what it was called now though.
I think it's called like it's some weird name like Travel Love Music or something. Yeah.
That's what
When
it
we
is.
did like video covers,
Should
clearly
we pull
like
it up?
I think we've done like 3, but like
I
when
thought you
when,
meant
when we
yours.
set up for the set, for the like any video clips or whatever we did, we had to like set up the instruments and the amps and shit, but we had to run power to it to make sure the lights were on
Right.
and the amps, because
Yeah,
any
right.
musician watching it would be like, amps aren't on.
Yeah.
and we all played with wireless packs too, so
Yeah.
nothing ever looked plugged in.
Yeah.
So we'd sometimes like plug shit in just to make it look like it's plugged in,
Even though you had a
or
wireless
make it
pack.
obvious that our battery pack is hanging off our jeans or something.
Just flinging around.
So we'd make sure as many lights were flashing as possible. And I think I can't remember which one it was, but might have been. Oh, it was the very last one we did. It was like it was our song that we did a video clip for, and my amp had blown, so it didn't actually turn on. So I got like, I had like
Red
a little
Nico.
I had a torch on my keys and I had to switch it on and like hide it behind the thing so it would shine light, but it
Really?
was way too bright. So I don't think I ended up doing it. And then you watch the video and like you wouldn't tell anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. It was like like a quick
Yeah,
hand
was-
past
yeah.
the amp.
But yeah,
Behind the
things.
scenes.
That was the thing, like playing in bands and shit. The most nervous I'd ever get was when other musicians were watching, or
Really?
like the other bands you were playing with. You'd see them in the audience, like all the people there just enjoying it, would jump around. They didn't give a fuck if you
Yeah.
fucked up. But if I hit a wrong note, I'd look straight over it. Like you'd see a band all standing together, and just
Yeah.
like they're stone faced looking at you, like I know that. I know you fucked up.
Yeah. It's like I was talking to a comic the other week and I was like, we were talking and shit. And then he's like, oh, just remember, because he like always sees me trying new shit. And he's like, just remember, like, just because it's always the comics watching you, like, and you're trying new shit for them, just remember that you're here for like the crowd. Like they want to hear the shit
What
that
crowd?
you're good at. Yeah. Exactly. And I was like, oh, I didn't think of that. Because I'm like, well, fuck. I'm just trying to write new shit to make the comedians laugh.
Right.
Yeah.
But how do you, if you're always trying to write new shit, how do you ever figure out if something's actually good or not? Like just because it doesn't work.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's why I think like with this 5 minutes I've got now, it's like working because I've like consecutively done it for like 2 to 3 weeks.
Right.
And it's like,
Like is that
I'm
would
comfort-
you
I guess
call
I'm-
that a long time for you?
no, probably not. And that's what he said. He's like, people come and watch me and like they'll shout out for me to do bits from 8 years ago or something,
Yeah.
just because they know that bit. So I don't know. Can you
But
pass
if
me
it's-
another drink?
But if it's from 8 years ago, how do you remember it that well? I like know where the beats
Well, I guess
are,
it's
I
like
know where the-
what Ash said the other week, where he used to go with his mates and see that Dave-O guy or whatever.
Right.
Dave. Cheers.
I found the link that I
Yeah, you
was
sent
looking
it
for,
to us.
but it didn't work.
Oh, really? I didn't click on it, to be honest.
Oh, actually, I found the link because a mate of mine sent me the link ages ago, and you can search for words in your group chat, and it scrolled back to like 2015, and the link was there, and then he had done like voice recordings of like some jokes that Dave did. They're just like one-liner jokes,
Yeah.
like puns.
Like he did them.
Yeah, he was just doing it into his phone and sending him to us, so it was funny as.
Yeah.
So I'll find it and I'll listen to it and I'll tell you some of the jokes. They're so dumb but funny. I'll give you a bit.
Yeah, thanks.
Did you just
Yeah,
forget?
you can try one.
What are these ones?
Ginger beer. Everything else in there is ginger beer.
What is with you cunts and ginger beers?
It's not me, it's him.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to try all the ones at the shop.
Oh, true.
I'm intrigued to see how you think this tastes.
What is it? Do you
I
do
don't
that?
know.
You tap the top of your can?
Nah, but I know some people do. I always twist my lip like that.
Why?
Someone showed me at
know
a
it's
party
yours.
once. They're like, that's how I know it's mine. And I was like, oh, that's a good.
Yours has holes in it. I was on the way here, I don't know why I was thinking of it, but how many bottles have you got on that shelf?
I don't know. Feel
I
free to
didn't know.
count them.
I don't want
Three,
to. I'm going to say
4.
60? 60
maybe.
bottles of alcohol?
I was thinking the
bottles
other
of
day.
beer on the wall.
I was thinking the other day, like, what if we get someone in who doesn't drink? Like, should I fill it with books instead or something?
Very
It wouldn't fit
floral.
on the shelf.
Yeah.
How many mils in a shot of alcohol?
30.
Okay, so if I took half a mil of each bottle into one shot and I combine them all and I have one shot.
Why are you trying to play King's Cup all the time?
Yeah.
No, it's just one shot of half a mil of each.
Would
thing
you dare me to
make
do
it-
this?
Yeah. But would that taste weird
It'd probably
Yeah.
taste bad.
or would it taste really good?
No, it probably tastes
I don't
good.
think so. Because imagine, that'd
you
actually
imagine
be
mixing-
fucked up. Like imagine, like a hit of vodka touching your tongue, then whiskey, then rum, then
But it's
gin.
not that. It's all,
All
at
at
the
the
same
same
time.
time. Yeah. Wait. Okay. Let's make a cup
right.
full. Actually, no.
I'm actually a little bit intrigued in this. What
Why?
it tastes like?
I don't want to do it because I'd have to open every single bottle.
Oh my god, are you?
Can I answer this? My neighbour's ringing me.
Why?
Odd.
That is odd.
Yes.
Your house is on fire.
There's a weird clown laughing outside your house.
Let's not joke about that. Okay. Awkward. Not good. Now we need to hear. Why?
Oh my god.
All right. Well, you can talk solo. You can practice having a solo podcast while I get another drink.
Oh my god.
What's happening?
I was just gonna go wake my kids.
He's gonna go knock on the door.
The only quiet room I could find was your kids' room. Anyway, this is the James Solo podcast.
Yeah, at least don't look as depressed as you did in the photo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, do you know this?
Did I what?
I was so impressed, like, to learn that you could open cans like this.
That is pretty impressive. Ash is either gonna.
No, all right. We got a story.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go,
ready.
guys.
Hold on to your
And a
seat.
3 and a 2 and a 1. Here we go.
You're right. You don't
And welcome back.
And my neighbour just rang me.
Yeah.
So he's helped me get out of situations in my life. no. So there was,
Hang on.
Yeah.
Wait, rewind a little bit.
okay, so there was
What do you mean?
There was a situation where we bought a like a kids junk, you know, the kids play set.
Yeah,
I think I've
yeah.
told you the story.
Yeah.
It's like an outdoor kids swings and all that shit. Anyway, we got it delivered from Bunnings, and then what they do is they hire contract what are they called
Drivers, yeah.
to deliver it, delivery drivers. And there was these two dudes that didn't speak much English, and they rocked up in this like Pantech with like just graffiti all over it. And he pulled in, and my yard is just like, it's a big yard with heaps of grass at the front, and it was wet. It'd been raining all week, so they pulled in and just hooked onto the grass and
Yeah.
just sunk straight in. And I was like, oh fuck! So they unloaded it all, and I'm like, don't go forward. Make sure you reverse out because you're going to get stuck in my grass like more. Anyway, they were just completely stuck. All 4 tires were stuck in. And we spent probably this is like 8 o'clock at night. They got there, which was like 2 hours later than they said. And then we spent probably another 2 hours trying to get him out and I ended up breaking all my tow leads trying to get them out with my ute.
Yeah.
So I got my neighbour to come and help me. And we had both our utes with both his tow straps like ripping out this Pantech. And we finally got it out. Anyway, he just rang me then. And he just...
I just got a playground delivered.
He just slurred to me. He's like, mate, are you home? I'm like, no, why? And he's like, I took a corner a bit fast. He's hammered drunk. I was like, where are you? And he goes, oh, I'm at my house.
In my driveway.
I don't know what. I think he's tipped off his driveway. I know he's got a big block.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh fuck, I can come and help you. And he's like, nah, it's all good. You're not home. I got a mate down the road. I'm like, do ya?
Let me call him.
What happened?
Bad.
Ash.
I said,
You've had an accident. No, I'm just waiting for a mate.
I'm like, are you sure you're all right? And he's like, no, all good. I'm all good. I'm like, call me in an hour and I can come and help you. He's like, nah, all good. I got it.
I got it. Ash,
So I hope
I'm on your driveway.
he must
Ash, remember who you are.
I'm guessing he took the corner off our street into his street, and there's ditches everywhere. So, fuck.
What? You reckon he's tipped over or just in the ditch?
Oh, he's just jammed his car in the ditch. I'll have to tow him out. I'll give him a call in an hour and see if he's alive.
Wait. So,
What were we talking about?
I don't know. So those contract delivery drivers for Bunnings are all right.
Yeah, they
it's
were
like
they were straight from like Somalia or something. It was like a young fella, and his dad was driving, and his dad couldn't speak any English.
Such a specific country.
Oh, they were just straight off
They're
the
straight from Uzbekistan.
They had flag tattooed.
Not even a country.
I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway,
Okay, carry on.
so his dad couldn't like speak any English, and his dad was driving.
Yeah.
And so I was like telling his son was probably like 18, 19, and he's like broken English to me. He's like, yeah, fucking, all right, well. So I got like, you know, those fold out aluminium ramps that you get? I had 2 of them. So I jammed one of them under the back wheel and said, just reverse back and see if you can grip onto it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it flicked the ramp up and then up into the tailgate and just completely crumpled the ramp. I'm like, awesome, there's $300 gone. And so we spent like an hour trying to get that out from untangling it from the truck.
Yeah.
And then the whole time his dad didn't leave the cabin. He's just like smoking like constantly. Anyway, so I got my neighbor in and we hooked. Oh, so he snapped my I had a 10-meter tow strap, like a big thick tow strap. We snapped that. And then, so my neighbor came, old mate who rang me, and he had 2 3 meter ones. So we had to reverse the car real close to this Pantech, hook them both onto our car, and then we had to drive our utes in 4-wheel drive forward to get his back wheels up onto my driveway.
Yeah.
But when we were planning it all, we're like, if we get him on and he's accelerating, he could just keep going, and because we had about 3 meters to our fence. So we had to go forward and then stop. And we're just praying he doesn't just keep reversing back. And also our power line joins to our house and it's lower than the thing. And we're like, you tell your dad. You'll tell your dad. I'm doing this to this guy. I'm like, as soon as his wheels are on, to fucking just stop. As soon as the wheel's on, just stop.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. And he started talking in their native tongue.
Oh my God, Ash.
And
You
can I not mention other races without being
the problem
racist?
is you were like, he started.
How else am I supposed? I don't know what he's saying, so I'm just doing my impression.
No, it's good. It's a good
I won't do
impression.
impression.
Solid.
Impression
Keep going.
from
Keep going.
Uzbekistan.
So he's just durkering to his and it's, as he's explaining it,
This was supposed to be episode 1.
It still is.
We have a sign.
as he's explaining it, his dad just starts hooking it. He's just like, "Rrrr!" I'm like, he's just explaining what to do, and he's like, I'm like, this is fucked. Anyway, we did it, and we
Did
did
you stop?
it. Yeah, everything happened
Must have
perfectly.
understood.
But the fact that he was just explaining what's going to happen and he just hit the accelerator, it's like, oh, this is not going to go well. Anyway, we figured it out. He pulled, we got him out and then he pulled up to our driveway and the kid's like, oh man, thanks so much for your help, blah, blah, blah. And then he pulls out a container of Valium in his pocket. He's like, oh, I'm ready to party tonight. Oh, my little brother hid all my drugs from mum. And I'm like, get off my driveway. Just go. My kids are trying to sleep. Yeah, it was a hectic night.
That was a
Anyway, I couldn't have done it without my neighbour.
hectic story. Well, hopefully you can go and repay the favour.
Yeah, I'll give him a call in an hour and just see if he's good.
Why does it have to be an hour?
Because I said I'll call you in an hour and
See if you're right.
see if you're right.
Ash, It's worse.
Babe, I can't go to sleep yet. Ash is going to call me in an hour.
Now my mate's stuck.
Ash, you got to pull two of us out.
Oh, fuck.
The irony, I'll tow him with the tow strap he gave me.
He gave it to you?
Yeah, he's like, you can keep it, man, because he drives cranes, or he's a crane operator,
Oh, okay.
and like he's just got tow straps.
Because that's how they do cranes.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not tow straps; they're just like lift straps that cranes use. They're only like 2 meters long or some shit. So they're
I don't know. It's probably
They're
for
not
like
tow straps.
around pallets or whatever.
yeah,
they
that's
pick
probably
up.
what they
Around
are.
elephants.
Elephants, specific.
All right, so the contract delivery drivers from Bunnings.
What's wrong, Ash? Are you worried?
I feel bad, like that. He's helped me out before, and I'm like, mate, I'm mid podcast. Fuck off.
I don't think
You can
said
leave.
that.
No, that's okay.
No.
As long as he's alive. What were you about to say?
I don't know. It's kind of awkward now.
Oh, fuck.
He's an adult.
He's an adult.
I hope he doesn't listen to this.
He will.
Yeah, he will. Everyone's
everybody
going to
will.
listen.
No, he's good.
7 billion.
Yeah.
7 billion. Every person alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
Easy.
True. How many people are alive right now?
I don't know.
Is it
I
7
think
and a
we-
half? Have we
about
hit
that.
8
Yeah.
yet?
I think we looked at that a few weeks ago, didn't we?
It seems like we've been at 7.5 for
Wasn't
so
it?
long, but shouldn't shit grow exponentially? Like,
No,
People die as
too.
well.
wait, what? What? You tell me this? My kids haven't, like, they probably don't understand death yet, do they?
Mine do.
Mm.
Yeah,
Ooh,
almost.
we're
We're
almost
close. We're close. We're at 7.96 billion.
Serious?
Westy came up to me today, literally today, and he's like, Dad, I'm going to die before you. And I was like,
I hope not.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, don't say that. And he's
Why?
like, yeah. And then he just ran off and kept playing like a kid. And I'm like,
Like, watch me jump off this thing.
So Westy got his like official, he's like been getting tests and shit because a heap of doctors think he's got autism.
Right.
He
And
seems fine to me.
yeah, so he got his official autism diagnosis not last week, the week before.
Okay.
And him and Nikita. So Nikita and I, like the whole time, have been like, oh, nothing's going to change, like blah, blah, blah. And then she was like researching a heap of shit and she was getting all full into it and like upset. And I
Yeah.
was like,
He's
babe,
fine though.
yeah.
He's like,
I'm like, there's nothing to worry about. I'm like, worst case scenario, he grows up to be like me. And the look in her
and then she
eyes,
was like crying even more.
the look in her eyes was just like, oh my God.
What are
My
we going to do?
son.
We need to do something. Save him.
You better be good at piano. Have you seen that?
Start watching these
Oh.
comedies.
Yeah.
There's this guy, I think it's like in London or something, and he's like 10 out of 10 autistic, like the serious
Oh yeah,
trait,
yeah. They
blind
like
and
zone
everything.
in on something.
He's like, yeah, he's like completely. I think he's completely blind. He's just can't. Oh, like you got to. It's a full documentary on him, and like they put him in front of a piano, and he can play better than any. He's like almost the best in the world. Like
Yeah, it's
and
pretty hectic.
they had like a 10 out of 10 fucking professional just playing something crazy that this for the first time for that guy, and that guy's just like, all right, listens to it once, and then he just repeats it, and he gets like 90%
Yeah.
of it.
Oh, I think I've seen that,
unreal.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty
And
hectic.
that's, yeah. Because I think the way autism works is like, I look at the Apple icon on your laptop and I have the ability to block out all the little details that my head's taking in. Whereas they take all that in and they focus on everything at once. And that's why they're so like,
Yeah,
they just
yeah.
can't comprehend anything.
Yeah.
And I think when they talk about the spectrum of autism is probably like how much they're taking in at once. So if you're like at the lower end, which I'm guessing your kid's at the very low end because he seems normal to me. He's just a normal kid.
No, he's in level 2. So there's 3 levels, 1, 2, and 3. So he's in level 2.
Is that how
What's
3
two?
levels works?
Because I've never played an instrument.
So he's got like, he's pretty much got, he's, identical to me. Like he doesn't,
Well, what did you have then? Because you seem normal.
I haven't got anything officially diagnosed because every time
Because I don't want to.
the doctor would want to send me,
He's a sick cabinet maker.
my mum would be just like, no, he's a shit of a kid. And I'd be like, oh, okay.
But what's okay? So what's if you want to get personal, but like it's pretty personal. What signs of autism does he have? Like,
so like the whole social thing, which is what I got. Like he,
socially awkward.
yeah, like social anxiety. Like I like struggle to talk to like people. That's why.
I'm the same.
Yeah, I know.
I
It's
never
like
used to
if
be,
like everyone got tested, they're probably somewhere on the spectrum, especially you.
No, I think I think we diagnose things way too sort of critically than we used to.
That's exactly what his teachers said the whole time. She's like,
He's
she's like, I don't see anything wrong with him, but he's like a completely different kid to like at school and at my mum's house and shit than he is like at home.
That's the thing. You put him in a different environment.
Yeah, like here when he like flips his switch, he'll like destroy the house, like throw shit, like hit, scratch, bite, Nikita, just flip the fuck out.
Well, Josh is doing that now.
Yeah,
He's
could be
like-
autistic.
Yeah, definitely 100%. I think it's just kids because I think it comes down to parents can't handle their hyperactive kid, so they take him to a doctor. Doctors kind of feel over time obligated to give parents an answer.
Yeah.
It's like they don't want to take their kid in and then be told, get him into sport,
Yeah,
change his diet,
Yeah.
do something about it. It's
Yeah.
what pill can you give me or
Yeah.
diagnosis can you give me so I can explain his behavior instead of doing something about
Yeah,
his
for
behavior.
sure.
So I think that's where it came from.
Yeah,
Because like
that's-
like the whole ADHD thing, it's like my sister-in-law, Katie's sister, she had like ADHD or something as a kid. And then her mum's just like, well, fuck it. They can swim every morning, every afternoon. And she just wore out.
Yeah.
And, she's a normal person. But like, it's like if you got too much energy and you're too hyperactive,
Yeah.
you just adjust your life to cater for that.
Yeah, he'll legit, if we let him, like he'd wake up at 5 and he would just go and kick a ball until fucking bedtime or dig a hole in the backyard until bedtime. So I was like, fucking, just trying to keep up with him is like hectic.
Yeah.
But yeah, we said the same thing, like whatever they say he's got, like, not going to
Why?
do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We can give you this medication.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
Like if it comes to like a point where you can't handle something 100% or it's like full hectic crazy, then maybe look into medication. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's sad like that. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't agree. Like, I guess I'm not in that position.
Yeah.
But I was Googling because Hamish, he's 13 months now or whatever, and he hasn't said a word yet.
Yeah.
Whereas Josh was just like almost talking sentences.
Yeah.
And he's still not walking. Josh was running.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I know you shouldn't compare your kids because every kid develops differently.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was like, I'm just going to Google what is autism, like
Yeah.
like signs of autism, and it's like not talking, not
Yeah.
developing as fast as others, and I'm freaking out. But he's fine. Like he laughs and he's like,
Yeah.
he's interactive and shit.
We had the same deal with both our kids, and then in the last month, Parker's just started like spitting out words.
Yeah.
And I can say his name because he wants to come on at some stage. Mitchell,
Which one?
your accountant.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different one.
He didn't talk until he was 6.
Whoa.
Serious?
Yeah, hectic, eh?
Were they worried about
And when he started talking, he's like, "Hey, mum, dad."
He's got the perfect radio voice.
He does.
Yeah?
He's
He does.
like, yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
He does that.
Yeah. I wanted him to read me
Welcome
bedtime
back.
stories for so long.
But
He does now.
Yeah,
He's done my tax for 10 years
probably.
every year,
Yeah.
and the same
You'll probably
question.
text me in a couple of weeks for his number again.
I legit am about like today. I was like, it's tax time.
Why don't you have his number?
But
I got his email.
every year, Ash would text me around tax time. Hey man, what's going on? I haven't spoken for a while. Do you have Mitchell's number?
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because like
He could just
what
scroll
else
back.
is James good for?
He could just scroll back one message to the last time he spoke to me. This time last year. Oh, fuck.
Anyway, he's
Or you could just look him up.
he does the same joke every year, and it's so good. It's my favorite part of tax time, and it's got any kids that you know about.
He does that to me too.
Yeah,
What?
because a part of like all the questions they get to ask,
Yeah.
it's like a blah blah blah, and it's like any kids. that you know about? And I was like, oh, yes.
Yes.
And
I don't understand.
Katie's about to say it.
I'm like nudging her on the table.
Wait,
Nah,
wait,
but like
here it comes.
when we have kids, or when we had kids, and it was our first tax time, and I'm like, you gonna ask it?
I was waiting for
The
it.
answer's different now, and I know about them.
And did he say it?
I don't know. I can't remember how it went down, but
How?
I was
Why
excited. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah,
Disappointed.
he's a good guy.
What were you saying? You were going to say
So
something
when's he coming on?
I think so.
Is he going to be one?
So
of
he's
the
keen
guests?
whenever. So
What are we talking about?
Tax.
Yes.
oh fuck.
Keen.
No, we'll work.
I spring on my paperwork.
Can you do this?
Live stream tax.
Have you been ordered it before?
Nah, but I'm really
You have
stressing about
Yeah,
it.
I have.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucked ass.
How does
Let's
that?
be careful of how we traverse this conversation.
No, it's fine. I didn't have to do anything. The tax, like my accountant did everything.
I know you.
I think
But they're just like, give us everything. Give
Yeah.
us all your receipts. I'm like, I don't have a lot of receipts.
I got like threatened by the tax. They sent me a letter saying we've compared your return to other people's return
Yeah.
in your field of work, and
Yeah.
you're a lot higher than
Yeah,
the rest.
that's why I got audited.
You may want to revise your blah blah blah, or else something could happen in the future. So I contacted Mitch, and we went through it, and I was just like, I don't know, I think I declared like a couple $100 more than I should have
Yeah.
or whatever. Anyway, we corrected it, and yeah, nothing happened. So.
Yeah, right.
Because you corrected it, you reckon?
Probably because if you do something about it, they probably. I think I owed like an extra $200 or something because
Oh, yeah.
I probably went
I
a bit
did.
hard.
I got that
I'm like,
letter and I did
post hole
nothing.
digger. Sure, that's for work.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
nah.
year's gonna suck because I
This
sold
year
my
sucked
house.
for me.
Yeah, like
Sucked hard dick.
oh,
Why?
not really though.
Why not really?
Why would it?
Wait,
Paying tax.
The bill I had to pay was fucking gigantic.
Yeah, but well, okay.
that's always
you-
confusing.
Let's not talk about the
No,
profit.
no, no. No, but you're just paying tax on what you've earned.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It, obviously, it would suck having the number of dollars in your account and not
Yeah, that
and
just
not
trickles
remembering
away.
and
Yeah.
not and not remembering that that's
Yeah.
not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck. Which is what happened to me, and I've spent it all.
Yeah. That's so.
We sold 2 investments,
Yeah, that
and
would suck.
all the capital gains is gone.
we also used all of that.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've pumped it into renovating the house, which is now doubled in value in like the last 3 years or 5 years or whatever.
Fuck.
But that's with the current market.
If we
right?
sell it, we'd make money. But
Have you ever thought about replacing the shower curtain?
mate, it needs a good sales point.
yeah.
It's got to be fancy.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, if I was a millionaire, actually, I know what I'd do if I was a millionaire.
What? Pay off your debts.
No, I was thinking about it hard today. If I was a millionaire,
$1 million doesn't get you very far.
Yeah.
okay. If I was 100 millionaire, no, you know what
If I
I
had
do?
$500 million.
I'd walk past. I'd walk past like whenever you're walking past an ATM, right?
Was it $250,000? Is that what he said?
Yeah, I think so.
What's this? Oh,
Little backstory to that, little personal joke.
do you want to take a side step and tell the story?
Yeah,
No.
go. You tell it first. You tell it
So
better.
we were working together at this other place, and I bought my acoustic guitar in because I just had it in my car, and I couldn't leave it in the car because it fucks it. So I bought it in, and you guys were like, oh, how much did that cost you? And I spent $500 on it, but I wanted it to sound like it was worth more than what it was. So I said it cost $500,000. And everyone lost their shit. But like generally, that's how like I would say that.
Yeah. Really?
What?
Yeah.
All the time?
Yeah, like my family says and shit. Like
Yeah, right.
$500,000.
Still.
Like it's just slang.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it wasn't not normal. It wasn't normal.
It's not really slang because it
It's
takes
more
longer to
words.
It's
say.
like that I got that from my dad because I remember as a kid I'd ring down like, when are you getting home? He'd be like 3/4 of an hour.
Okay.
What's that in numbers?
Yeah.
45 minutes. Or
That kind of makes
or
sense.
a quarter of an
Kind of,
hour.
but
It's
also
like,
not.
just say 15 minutes. No, he talks in quarters. I'm like, Dad, just
Yeah.
say numbers, bro. I know that.
Bro.
1/68 of an hour.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. If I was a millionaire,
Oh, yeah.
I would probably, when you walk past ATMs, I'd not walk past them. I'd walk up to them, and I'd just stand there until someone lines up behind me, right?
What?
They line up behind me.
Yeah.
And instead of getting money out, I'd hit the receipt button,
Yeah.
and the receipt would come out, and I'd leave it in the hole,
Yeah.
and I'd just walk off.
Nice.
And I'd stand there, and then they would walk up, and they'd just look at the receipt, and they'd be like, what? And they'd look back at me, and I'd just be like, yeah.
Oh my God.
And I'd just walk
And
off.
then line up behind them again to do it to the next person.
Then they're like, let's go rob that guy.
So the other day, I was at the Shell serve and I was getting cash out, and I walked up and there was a receipt hanging out of the thing, and I was like, I love it because I hope someone was rich in front of me just so I could look at their receipt and just pretend it was mine for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And just think, what the fuck would I do
I'm guessing they
with
weren't rich.
$186 in my account?
Oh, fuck. That's hectic.
That'd be awesome, though.
Alrighty. Want to call it? I need to piss again.
Yes.
Up to you.
I got a full beer, but we can chat.
Got a halfer.
We can keep going.
Like
No,
a sign.
you go piss. If you won that house, would you sell your house and move into it?
It
Go
would
piss.
seem we're going to keep going.
You go piss. I'm talking.
If I won
See
the
ya.
$1 billion house. What's I said? Like, we could,
Well, it wasn't $1 billion.
I think it was like 3.5 mil.
yeah,
Yeah,
3.8, I think.
if we won that house, we could either sell that and have that money in the bank and stay here, or we could move up there, sell the place we got now, have that money in the bank,
Or
we move in. Oh, what would we do? Oh yeah, we'd sell that place, have 3.5 mil in the bank, right? And then we'd spend, I don't know, 1.5 building our dream home up there, sell this place,
okay.
and then we could move into our dream home and have fuckloads of cash in the bank. That's what we'd do.
right.
So
Okay. I didn't even
it's
think
like a
about
mid-grade.
that as an option of
Yeah, 'cause-
selling it and using that money to.
Because I was thinking, like, if we moved into the hella expensive house, sold our place and made like a $500,000 profit or $300,000 profit, whatever it would end up being after we pay a house loan off, you can't really, like, you'd still have to work because although your house is worth so much money, it's
Yeah,
not
you don't have
giving
any
you
money.
any.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get nothing out of it except a nice place to live. So you'd sell that place,
But
get
even
cash
still-
in the bank, and then build something smaller, build something what you want, and then have the cash in the bank.
Yeah, but you still have to work, right? You can't. You plan on what? You're gonna live off $1.5 million for the rest of your life?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Just drag it out.
What did we just drag? Wait.
Done the math, mate. I did the math of like,
Did you really? Where's my calculator? I can't find a calculator. All right, let's say, what do you think is a generous income that you'd like live really comfortably off of?
probably, I don't know, like compared to what
Like
I'm on.
100 grand or something?
Yeah, fuck yeah. 100 grand, you could live
Like super
Like, comfortably.
That's,
Like,
that's
you-
like your
you-
whole family, right? So
you
like
could
two
pay the
incomes or
bills,
whatever.
have no debts.
Yeah, so
What's the debts that kill you?
So
Like
it's 1.5 million.
I could live comfortably off what I get now if I didn't have a house loan.
right, okay, so
Because like 80% of your shit goes to that, and then bills and shit.
yeah, but then obviously you're gonna want to like get more shit. So let's say a bit more,
Yeah.
whatever. So let's say 85 grand or whatever, right?
What did I
So
miss?
150, nothing. How much money would you? So if you'd spent half of that to build your house, oh, and then you sold your house too, so you'd probably have a bit more than that.
call,
right?
call it two mil.
All right. So how many years do you
So we've
think
got
you
2
could
mil in
live
the
on?
bank.
Yeah.
You've got 2 million in the bank.
You got 23 years.
23 years. Is that me or both of us? Because there's two of us.
That's 83,000 a year, 85 a year, or whatever it was.
23 years. Oh, we'd work part time. Well,
That's what I said to you. I was like, you still have to work.
oh yeah. Like you wouldn't be working for the man. You'd be working for or you'd be doing what you want to do.
Okay, let's catch
like
James up.
she'd probably do like the whole fucking coffee cart thing, or like open a
OnlyFans.
florist or something. Like she'd do something like that she wants to do. I'd just be like mowing the lawn for the rest of my life.
My lawn will be sick. I just said to Ash if if they won that house or whatever they got tickets for, like what do? Do you
Build a podcast studio.
sell that house? Do you move into that house? What do you do with your current house? And he was like, oh yeah, his option was
Sell it and
yeah.
just spend the money on Bitcoin.
sell that house, build it, like use say half of it to make your house like your dream house, even like a little bit smaller or whatever, but the house that you want.
You can cash in on the house that you made because you can move into that and be like, yeah, my house is worth fucking 3.5 mil.
Yeah.
but you still got to work. So you sell it and then you build like a cheaper house the way you want it, and you just bank the rest.
Yeah, I'd probably sell.
Or just throw it all on black.
Jesus.
Anyway.
I didn't even think about it. So you reckon you'd sell your house that you had here, or would you rent it out and keep it?
I'd sell it.
The house you have here.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Could not rent that thing.
Why?
It's dodgy. It's old, it's just old and falling apart.
Yeah.
Well, you've spent so much money like doing it up.
The patio is bigger than the house. Like that's the selling point of the house. People would walk in and be like, "Oh, house is half renoed. Oh my god, look at that patio.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god, look at the yard."
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, yeah, I don't know.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
It's probably not something we're going to have to worry about anytime soon.
Why not? He's going to win his house.
Yeah, you could.
Thinking positive.
Yeah.
Positive things happen.
Actually,
Positive things do happen.
It's like buying lotto.
if you win that prize home and we win the
Thinking
prize
you're
home,
gonna
then what happens?
If we all win prize homes all at the same time, I think the feds will be onto us.
It's rigged.
Was there a documentary on? Remember Monopoly, McDonald's Monopoly thing?
yeah.
Like
it
the
is.
first 5 years was just all rigged.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
all the winners were they Jews?
What?
I think they were like
Dirk
Jewish, a Jewish family or something. I don't know. I could be.
I haven't seen the documentary, but I've heard there is one.
Like all the winners
I've
are
heard
like
it
in the
was
same
rigged.
suburb
Yeah.
or some shit. Like
Something like that.
They knew each other.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So when corporations have competitions like that, they have to get a governing body to police that they're not rigging it. But it was the governing body who was rigging it.
Was that in America though?
Yeah, it's America.
Is ours different?
I guess. Yeah. They'd be like, Australia would be different, I guess. That's pretty. I haven't actually seen the documentary. I've just heard people talk about it.
That's
all I have.
source of information.
I've watched so many trailers in my life.
That's. I've seen so many documentary trailers.
There's some good ones out.
Yeah.
Good trailers out. I haven't seen it actually.
Just watch trailers.
Can't deal with it. I don't know.
Anyway, you calling it? You're going to end on that?
Oh, I don't know. We just let James go have a piss, so we can keep
Yeah.
talking.
Is there anything else?
I went and had a piss so that you guys could keep talking, and I was hoping to come back to like
Me rambling about my financial crisis.
I got granddad on my dad's side won the lotto a couple of times.
What?
Yeah,
What's his secret?
I don't know. He just got lucky. I don't know if he played like in a what's called syndicate or whatever.
Well, actual lotto, like gold lotto. Not like
times.
lotto from the 40s.
Well, I don't know when it was.
It's like 6 people.
He's dead now, but yeah. Yeah, I remember them. He used to always like talk about it, stories about how he'd win like the main lotto a couple of times, and then also like, was it a thing where there was like win a car or win a, other random shit?
I'd imagine so.
I don't understand. They used to like just win shit all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like a big phase of that, I guess.
Wasn't there people that just spent, instead of like working, they spent their entire life entering competitions and like doing all the little things to,
Yeah.
I mean, you're walking through the shopping center and they're like, oh, do you want to enter the draw? Blah, blah, blah. They'd just be like straight onto it.
Yeah.
Like for free, make sure it's for free, give them an email, do all the things. And like statistically, they'd win shitloads of things.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Nikita used to watch it heaps, but she hasn't watched it for years. Extreme Cheapskates.
That's probably what I'm thinking about.
They were like full into couponing.
Yes,
and
I was
stuff in America.
literally about
Yeah.
to say,
And they're like,
how is that not a like?
Yeah.
How? That's
and it's like,
ridiculous.
it's intriguing to watch them.
Yeah.
And they'll like go through and they'll go to the checkout with like 5 trolleys full of shit.
like
And
coupon.
they'll just start handing coupons over.
And it's like, well, they scan it all, right?
Yeah.
It's like bill, $2,000 or whatever. And
Yeah.
they're like, coupon. Bill
Yeah.
comes down.
Exactly.
And they're like, oh shit, I scanned it wrong.
Yeah.
We scanned it like this. Down. It's like,
yeah.
$2.
It's so hectic. Then,
How
the
do
whole
shops-
shop's like $2 or something. And then it's like,
Because the point of coupon books is like Coles would probably pay to promote their shit in some sort of coupon book.
I think it's
get,
different to our
get
country.
customers.
yeah, I think it's different
Yeah.
over there from what I've seen. And then they just take it all home and take
Jeez.
it down to their basement. And there's just like stock shelves of like a whole nother supermarket. Like they don't need the shit. It's just because Yeah.
it's free.
they've got nothing else to do.
That's the thing. Like, yeah, the point of coupons is to get them in, to get the free shit to then buy other shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But then they just stack coupons on coupons.
Yeah. I think
And-
I think I mix I think there's extreme couponing and then extreme
that's what I was thinking
cheapskates.
Okay.
Because-
usually there's like a fine print saying 1 coupon per purchase or whatever.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
fucked up,
They,
obviously.
they got all the loopholes around that. But I think extreme cheapskates,
We made a mistake.
like they I remember specifically this one, she's like, oh, we like to save power. And she threw a dinner party and she's like, so we don't have to cook the lasagna and pay to run the dishwasher at the same time. I cook my lasagna in the dishwasher. And then she served it. Yeah.
Oh,
She's-
did she wrap it up and then like,
yeah, she
boil
wrapped it in alfoil and then the heat of the dishwasher cooked the lasagna. Well,
Did she put dishes in there as well?
yeah. So she did all-
Inside.
yeah.
How was
yeah.
it not wet?
It's like a full thing.
You want to look at it?
I can't be.
So many like things, and like just cunts would be like, I save power by unscrewing all my light bulbs before I go to bed, and I'm like,
You turn it off. Do you know how?
so much shit like that, and it's like,
Do they not know how electricity?
I don't
works?
know.
When
They-
you turn it off, the
they like-
electricity stops.
I think it's all just a bunch of like,
Well, some people say like I know some people that turn off their PowerPoints at
Yeah,
the wall, like
my
to
granddad-
the TV and shit.
I
my
get
granddad
that.
used to do that.
Yeah, because your TV's always drawing power.
Yeah.
But like switching a light off, it stops electricity going from that point to your light. So nothing's ever being used. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's insane.
Is it though?
Yes.
If we could save you money, would you do it?
No. It's
Yeah,
not
I
worth
wouldn't
it.
do it.
How much money are you saving?
Yeah,
Probably. Like,
It's like
I
you
think
might
of
save
these days,
30
like,
bucks. It's
like
like
how
5
long
coppers.
ago was that? Because LED lights and stuff don't draw that much power now.
I don't know. It was like pretty recently. Well, they could have been filmed years ago, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, people go like over the top to save money. Eh?
yeah,
I'm big with like lights. We fucking leave lights on all the time.
Oh yeah, we did too. I was like, turn the lights off. I'm like, how much? How
am I gonna
is
see?
LED drawing?
Yeah.
yeah. So there's
We've been smashing the aircon
3
lately. eh?
seasons.
Yeah,
Like,
aircon.
or just keeping like the heat.
Oh, heater.
Yeah, yeah.
Tara sent me the thing actually of this dude that's doing conversions, like converting cars to electric vehicles.
Mm.
And he said he's like booked out for like 5 years. Hang on, I'll see what I can find.
You guys hear something?
Clown laughing.
Maybe my kids woke up.
Sound like a man. Might have been the neighbours.
Sound like a man.
Freaking out.
Stick man.
Stick man. Wait, I'm thinking about getting a stick man tattoo.
Oh, yeah?
What?
It's Josh's favourite cartoon.
Yeah, get one.
Nah, because he won't like it next week. Like last year, I was like, I'm going to get a red racing car because he got his favourite toy was this red racing car. Hates it now. So we're like, fuck, man, you got to be consistent.
Have you watched Bluey yet?
No. I bought him a Bluey
But you haven't watched it.
yogurt today,
Okay. Oh my gosh.
and I was like,
Nice.
"Wait, did you watch the weigh-in? You watched the weigh-ins today, or the face
Sorry,
off?
Adrian.
No, it's nothing to do with UFC. But Sean O'Malley had 2 watches on, right?
Yeah.
I was watching the whole in the press conference. I was like, "Why has he got 2 watches on? Is someone going to address that?" And then when he did the face off, he looked at both his watches. I'm like,
Yeah.
"What's the go with that? Like, what's his one liner that's going to like,
I guess because he's like,
this is my time zone,
Yeah.
this is your time zone, or something like that."
I guess because he's so rich, he can like wear 2 blinged out Rolexes.
Not 3.
Because he's done like the full Conor McGregor week where he's had like a different like supercar every day of the week.
Oh, really? Is he getting that level?
Yeah, he's pretty rich.
Next, he's got like proper 13 whiskey.
Yeah, yeah, he's made it pretty big.
What did Masvidal do with his proper 12 whiskey? He like poured it on his feet or something?
I don't know.
Fuck it.
Nah, but it is a huge fight card tomorrow, and I wish Adrian was more into
No,
it.
let's not talk about it.
Yeah,
Do
anyway.
not talk about it.
Do not talk about
Not
it.
allowed to
But,
talk about it.
Anyway, hopefully, I don't know.
Hopefully I'll win some money.
Yeah,
Did you bet?
haven't bet yet,
Put a multi on?
but I will be.
Will you?
Put 1,000 on for me. If you win, I'll take it.
Okay, Dad. Dad always says that.
Really?
Yeah, he always call me when he sees like he'll just be watching TV and there'll be an ad for the boxing or something. He'll be like, "Put $10 on for me," and I'll be like, "Okay."
Will I ever see $10?
Yeah, no, he never does. If it does win, he'll call me back. He'll be like, "You can keep that," and I'll be like, "I didn't put the bet on."
Why not?
Yeah.
It was a sure thing.
All right. Calling it.
Yep.
All right.
Good hustle.
Good hustle. Goodbye.
See ya.